the best I can turn it down without muting it. That'll do. Dropped frames detected already. Bloody hell. Well, we'll see how things go.
Sounds really shabby. Yeah, I'm meant to be fucking around. I'm doing blue. I got blues. I got you blue.
I think we've all got blues.
So I'm gonna fucking have a crack at that. I've ended up with a shit ton of grades. Like, doing not fucking thing. Like really dark fucking blues and things. Oh yeah, I still do a while back. No, yeah, that's what I gotta do
Are
that.
you taking a trip down memory lane over there?
This is the emergency item metal mini to fucking paint the box.
Oh, fair enough.
As the problem is I've got no other colours I would use to paint them. Unfortunately. So here's a fucking thing. Because the box is the box that I put into. Under the circumstances. Are we live?
We have been live for 3 minutes.
Oh.
Well, you said go live at 5:02, and well, it took me 5 minutes to sort out the.
There's a Cassius. I've got fucking Cassius. I've got a wonderful collection of interesting models. I really do. But I don't ever fucking.
But it looks like there's nobody here but us chickens.
It's a little early, isn't it? So, and people used to look quite frankly turn up a bit
late. Yeah.
Nothing warranted.
Yeah. Because we are organised. Oh boy. Also, oh, slow, don't do that when we're live, please.
Sorry.
It's doing the dropped frames thing again. There's a small possibility I'm going to have to kill the stream and restart it.
When's payday?
The end of the month.
Do we have enough money to buy the cable?
No. Not until the end of the month.
I was about to,
I'm sorry.
To do this room.
No, we don't. I'm sorry. Hey there, Buff Grinch. How are you doing today, friend? We'll get it sorted, Slow. One way or another, we'll get it sorted. Oh, we're all a little bit tired today, Buff Grinch. It's been a long day, I think. I've not been very well. Slow is melting into a puddle in the corner.
Round 6 of the technical difficulty song.
Yeah, there's a strong possibility I'm going to have to reboot the stream and see if that fixes the problem. But we'll see how we go for now. Just let us know if there's any issues and we'll work it out from there. Anyway, let's get off of the menu screen. Seeing that we have a lovely viewer. So...
I've not got to do. Look at all the pretty photos of models I have. But I'm shy to chatter with intentions.
I was planning on finishing my Kingdom Death Survivor today, but I don't really have the brain power to learn how to do OSL today. So instead, I'm painting this little guy. Don't know if you'll be able to see him properly because of my finger. There we go. Here's baby dragon.
And I may end up fucking trying hobby because of... Oh shit, I'll get into it later.
And despite there being hundreds of things, no one has bothered to detail the physical. Oh dear. I'm sorry to hear that, friend. Hey, goth girl, how are you doing today, friend? I said this a minute ago, but if you are having issues with the stream, do let us know, because Streamlabs is reporting some serious fucky-wucky at our end, and I'll reboot the stream if I have to. It's having its nightly moment, goth girl, yeah. The question is, how big is the delay now? It's very stuttery. Hey Hans, how you doing, friend? I think... You know what, I'm gonna put this in chat because I don't know if you're gonna get this for like 10 minutes, so... Okay, let's reboot the stream. Let's just get it out of there. Hope for the best. Are we back? Did it work?
I fucking hope so.
This is ground control to Major Chat. It may well be, goth girl. If you can hear this. I suppose that's the next logical solution. It does only seem to happen. I mean, no, Slobs had an update like last week, I think it was. It could be any number of things. Hello, goth girl. We're back. Is it working now? Audio's fine, video's stuttery. Ugh. We're not getting any drops reported this end anymore. So, hopefully, it'll right itself momentarily.
What?
Delayed us. Okay, how bad's the delay? Oh, try refreshing if you haven't already as well. That might fix the problem. It would seem we are fated this evening. 35 seconds. Oh, thank you very much, Buff Grinch.
That's not as fucking bad as it has been.
Yeah. I don't think anything's going to compare to the fucking 6 or 7 minute delay we had on Porthos's birthday. Everything seems to work fine on a Sunday. It's quite frustrating.
It also might be because it's less it might be. It's the setup. It's this room.
It could be, yeah.
We have always had problems with this room.
We have. Unfortunately, this is the only place we can do this. But when I get paid at the end of the month and have topped up my car fund, we'll look at sorting it out.
Yeah. Unfortunately, chat, we have discovered that Okay, so I will spare you the essentials because I shouldn't, for reasons that I can't tell you. But we have very kindly come into 250 meters of Category 6. I think your fucking H or whatever it is. Unshielded twisted pair cable, unended. We have our J45s to end the cable off, but my crimps and my test kit from my engineering days have done a runner.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They are somewhere, but I probably have to tear the office and the new office, Hobby's new office, upside fucking down to find them. The only other way to do it is to invest roughly £100 worth of kit into. Well, I mean, to get the hobby room done is more like 40, but to do the house as we intend, even if it's ugly as hell and there's cables everywhere, it's about £100, like 120, to put Cat 7, current latest model, in the property that will allow us to unfuck this stream.
Well, at least minimise the fog.
Along with up. Along with the upstairs and the rigs and setup upstairs, along with the bedroom, because again, I cannot stress to you, we live in an old 1950s built house. It is made of concrete, and for some fucking reason, the walls are filled with what we can only describe as coal coke, as in the material left over after a coal fire burn in an old coal fire power plant, which is not, considering the age of the building and once we built. Fucking thing.
Whilst I appreciate that you're having your little rant about the nightmare that is our home, a good chunk of what you said may not have actually been caught by chat purely because the audio started stuttering.
Oh, fuck a duck.
But apparently it stopped stuttering.
Yeah,
now,
no.
so
To cable the room is money we don't have. It's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things.
The thing is, Slow, it's not that it's money we don't have, it's that it's money we don't have yet because I've just started a new job and my pay cycle's completely different.
Everything's fucking upended this month.
So this month I've got to
and it's just
sort of prioritise paying bills and stuff like that.
Yeah, it just so happens that this month is the stream setup is 95% in the last 2 minutes. It's particularly terrible right now.
Yeah,
so
it seems like it's just gotten worse and worse.
That if you can hear me right now, no, because everybody's left.
I don't think everybody has left. I don't know.
No, there was 7 people in the chat. We now have 2, and
they've
yeah, and the stream is shitting the bed. 95% of frames have dropped in the last few minutes.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So if anyone can hear me, fuck.
25-second delay.
So
they can hear you, there's just a really big delay.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to walk away from the kids. I'll leave my hobby. Because
hands.
Oh, my spine. I am going to take the cable out of the back of your machine because it's the only long cable we've got. Because this is driving me off the wall and I'm not in good fucking mood today.
Slow's got a bit of a tear on him today because things have not gone according to plan for him. And I'm just really tired. Okay, that's interesting. Streamlabs is doing weird things. Oh, it's opened the troubleshooter by itself. That's always unnerving. Oh well. So how are you, Hans? And how is anybody else that's survived? Oh, Goth Girl. Today is just not a good day for internet connections, I guess. I don't know if you folks will actually be able to see this, but so I said I'm not really in a place where I can finish my Survivor today. I don't have the energy to learn how to do OSL. So what I'm doing instead is taking this little baby dragon from Super Dungeon Explore primed him using the Green Stuff World Matte Surface Primer in black. Baby dragon! And I'm going to paint him green because I'm boring. Oh boy. Oh, goth girl. Thanks, 360p. Okay, Slow has appeared with a cable.
With the 10-meter patch cable.
Please excuse the tech support type noises that you're about to hear.
We're going to lose the stream.
We're going to lose the stream. Okay.
Because that will then switches over to the hard line and it will then go.
Okay.
Right.
Brace yourselves, chat.
Hard line's in, unless it swaps over automatically, we've lost the chat.
No, it hasn't.
Because we're still on the Wi-Fi, you've cancelled Wi-Fi and grabbed the hard line.
I'm well aware.
Right, it's got a hard
See
line.
you on the other side. There we go. Switched over to the hard line.
Right.
Do you still read us, chat?
We'll have to give it a minute. Can you hear us, Major Chat? Can you? There we go.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that's the troubleshooter shitting itself.
Yeah,
out. It didn't drop. Neat. Yeah, that was neat. Seamless transition.
It's 6:20. Can you still hear us? Are we currently on current time or what?
I'm pretty sure we're all operating on Bajoran Standard Time.
You know
at
what
this
I mean,
point.
chat. Sorry, I'm fucking tearing my hair out. Question is there a lag?
Delay test. Okay.
Is there a lag test? Because that was a delay test.
Yeah.
Probably said it first.
You can be heard. I think you should sit down, Slow.
Right, well, I'm going to...
Because there's literally nothing
Well, we had
else.
sort of 7 people here and then they
20
all fucked
seconds.
off, which is not unreasonable considering...
Oh, Slow, don't worry about the amount of viewers. It's not about how many are here.
I know it's not, but I fucking did a thing. People went, and probably fucked off because it weren't working.
Hey, Slow. Seriously, it doesn't matter. Let's just, you know, chill with the lovely people that are here and paint some miniatures. Camera stutter is still obvious. I don't think it's us.
Right.
We didn't have anywhere near this amount of problems when we first started doing this, and nothing has, camera has full on frozen. Oh dear. It's going well. That was sarcasm. Well, we've got music again now, so that's nice. If folks can hear me, please try refreshing if you're having camera issues. Hopefully that'll fix the problem. We've done literally everything we can at our end to fix the problem, and the problem is no closer to fixed from what I can see. Slow, did you ever let Porthos out?
No.
You might want to do that, he's whining. Well, that third one, Goth Girl, was my thinking too, but it was doing perfectly fine with both cams initially, and Slobs has had an update since then, but nothing else about the setup has changed. So, I mean, maybe. Hey Grox, how you doing, friend? Well, I've seen it done on other streams as well. Yeah, Goth Girl, it's feeling that way, isn't it?
Well, shall we test the single camera setup and see if there's any change in camera?
Okay, yeah, let's give that a punt.
To be quite frank, things have gone so fucking wrong for me today that
Okay.
I had a plan.
Let's see.
If I can do that plan, we'll do it. If not, I'm not going to fucking lose any fucking more time over it.
Let's see if it is a camera issue, and if it is, then that's disappointing. Let's find out. Okay, everyone. Let me know if it's any better or worse. I will be really disappointed if it's freezing completely for me, not even audio.
Wow.
Oh no,
we're getting the fucking drop frame rate detected again.
Yeah.
So it's
not the camera's causing the problem.
It's the bit of program we're using. I want to strangle someone.
I find it so confusing that Slob suddenly is behaving so badly.
My guess is the update has caused it to use more resource than the PC can handle.
More than likely.
It might need more RAM.
Then again, we still have the same issue upstairs on my computer on the Friday stream, which is at the same time. So I think there's more at play here than just.
Do you think it's I'm not
I don't know.
In any event, hello chat, this is the stream now. Because
we're back down to a few seconds delay.
Yeah.
It is better now, okay.
Yeah,
we're still getting
it might
drop
well
frames,
be our it might be a mix of Slob's Twitch and our connection.
Yeah.
Pick a goddamn thing, they're all sort of connected if you want to really get into it. Where's my fucking speed test? Because that's a fair fucking thing.
It's not perfect, but it's far better.
Because my guess is if we're being whatever right now, well, that would be why.
You think we're being throttled?
Well, we're on 30 meg.
Ugh.
Almost 40. Yeah, we're on 40 meg.
We're paying for 100.
Yeah, we're paying for 100.
And we've been paying for 100 for a long time.
Yeah, and my guess is if we went down, we'd be on less than 40 fucking meg. Average speed of 100. Well, we're not even getting fucking half of that, boys.
Technology, eh, folks? Well, I guess for the foreseeable, it would just have to be me on Shat itself again. Oh, Gothgo, I'm sorry to hear that, friend.
Well, I'll explain why Wi-Fi was struggling, but...
No, slow.
Well,
it's not a Wi-Fi issue.
I was about to say that because the Wi-Fi's getting 40 kids and the actual hardline's getting 100. The hardline, the Wi-Fi direct to the machine, and the hardline as a result will be receiving almost 100 meg.
I don't think I'm streaming at a high bit rate, Goth Girl, but I'll check.
Let us enter the settings and consult the machine.
I think it's all pretty standard at the moment. If I knock it down, I will have to drop the stream again. It's going well.
Yeah, we'll fucking delay.
Yeah, and it's only since the update.
The EPC must be struggling to run it.
I think so.
I can't fucking believe it.
It was fine before the update.
I know.
It's so annoying.
My guess is it's a resource issue and the poor machine can't fucking handle it. In addition to anything else that's going on, my guess is it's a resource issue.
Yeah. But that doesn't... Okay.
Right, I'll wait till chat fucking...
Are we back? We're back. Only a few seconds delay. Fabulous. Okay. I have reduced the bitrate.
Quite dramatically.
Hands clear, audio's fine. Hopefully that will be enough. Slow, do you want me to put you back on?
Let's see how we're doing now
Okay.
before we fucking do anything else.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to at least make sure the single cam setup works before we switch to dual cam setup.
I'm gonna go back to painting my baby dragon's butt. We've got no music at the moment. We've literally killed everything.
Yeah, we are.
We'll gradually reintroduce things as we know that it's working, and then if something tips it over the edge, we'll dial it back.
We can only apologise for the ongoing technical issues we've been experiencing the last few streams, folks.
Yeah.
We are literally doing everything we can on our end, and we are just smashing our head against the wall.
Yeah, it's frankly quite exhausting. All we want to do is give you folks a nice, relaxing stream.
We were at 6,000 on the video stream. We're now at 4,000, and we've dropped the audio to 128 from 160.
Yeah. Now, those settings were the default settings that Slobs had from when it was installed. So, but Slow and I were discussing whilst we were sorting things out that there's a possibility, particularly with this stream rather than with the Mass Effect stream, because I know we had loads of problems with that one too.
Boy, do we.
That the update that Slobs had a few weeks ago has caused it to take more brain power, for want of a better description.
It's consuming more computer resources than a little tiny EPC that we have down here. Wonderful that it is, that can stream 1080, can play 1080 video without breaking a sweat, is absolutely shitting the bed on, most likely.
Cool, thanks, Goth Girl. I'll take a look at that then, if needs be. But is everything working okay so far?
Yes, and 6,000. Yes, Goth Girl 6,000, because that is the default fucking setting. If that is a 6K setting, then no wonder we're having fucking problems with it. But that's more Hobby's wheelhouse than mine, although it may become mine in the foreseeable future.
Yes. So. Right, I'm gonna...
So we were streaming in 6K. No fucking wonder we're having problems with it.
Yeah. Well, that's what Slobs set it to, and I trusted it. I trusted you, Slobs. I will never trust you again.
No, we will have to change the desktop setup to a 2K setup as well, because that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
No one has a fucking... Apart from people with too much money, or people who are that invested in their technology. Usually they have too much money as well, to be fair. I'm
gonna do the thing and see if the cameras still work when we've got both of us on.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah, if that's all it was, then I am really sorry, chat. It's not something I'd ever considered would be an issue, if I'm honest.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification, Goth. Again, this is not my wheelhouse, so I'm very unfamiliar.
Okay, Slow, can you like wave on camera or something so we can make sure that the camera's still
What have we got there?
thing?
A knife!
Oh dear.
What was that gone?
Don't go brandishing a knife at our lovely viewers. They've been through enough tonight already.
Okay.
You throwing things on the floor, dear?
A little bit.
We see the knife.
Oof.
It looks like there's a little bit of a delay. Might be due to the quick stabbing movements.
More than likely.
Then again, the delay that I've got, 3 seconds.
That's not so fucking bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad at all. The delay may just be because I'm reading chat off of my phone. Okay, I'm gonna...
That's a fair talking point.
So, whilst you entertain the lovely folks, I'm gonna see if
Put
we
the
can
block
get the
back
music
on.
back on. So, please, entertain our guests.
I'd love to.
If it wasn't for those meddling kids. Oh, no, sorry. That meddling phone. Just gonna waggle my paintbrush.
More of a da-da-da-da. Put me on the spot, Mark.
Talk to them about what you were planning to do.
Well, so the plan.
Today. Such that it was.
So the plan. I'm a 300 network, and my streams tend to lag massively, which when I approach 2,500 bitrate says hands.
Yeah,
300 network. Qu'est-ce que c'est? 300.
So all the Spartans. Okie doke. Cool, thanks, Goth Girl.
720 is 2,500 KB, so that ideally is what you want to be fucking shooting for.
Okay. Well, that's something we can fix at a later date.
Yeah.
You're probably going to hear another administrator beep in a second.
Beep boop.
Yeah, there we go.
Because it must do the beep boop. Hey, Porthos. Sitting on your bed, looking morose. Okay. So the plan, chat, was to transfer my red Citadel paint alongside my remaining blue Citadel paint. 2 dropper bottles, some of which you can see on screen, though none of the ones I've just mentioned. And then paint 2 Soda Pop Super Dungeon Explorer models that I was going to spray today or sometime between the end of the last session and today. However, the weather took a turn Sunday, and it's been a bit whatever, and today it's gone really fucking humid and there's a lot of moisture in the air, and I've chosen today to try and spray. I am aware of the problems inherent in that particular choice. Anyone else buffering? Fucking hell.
It's not our end this time.
Anyway, very white.
I think it might be
minion
you, Goth Girl.
Yeah, don't know if that'll fucking whatever, but this has gone chalky as shit. As has his mate, complete with creases and other things happening. Okay, Ian, welcome to the tech support chat. But yes, unfortunately there was some nice pets as well. The hobby was going to paint tonight. But like everything else tonight, it's gone kind of pear-shaped.
Tits up.
So yeah, the minis, as I've put on Twitter in a quick poll, seeing as someone very kindly asked, has gone super fucking chalky, gone powdery, and has creased. In other words, it's ruined it. The base coat's ruined. They need stripping. They're fucked. So that was 4 o'clock. So we're now on to plan B. This was technically plan A and B. So yeah,
this
no,
is plan
it's
C
more like
then.
plan C. No, plan C was to paint, as I've got some. I've got some 3rd edition metal Cadians I use as Planetary Defense Troopers, along with some other lovely 3rd edition Era Guard stuff. My plan was to paint some of that in my blues and reds. I did not get the reds transferred because of all the shenanigans, so I can't paint them. So plan D, because I got all of the greens transferred, was to paint some Dark Angels. However, these are the only 2 test models I've got handy. These 2 lovely actual Dark Angel minis from the old Dark Avenger box set. I snipped them off the sprue 40 minutes ago, and we've been doing tech support ever since. So,
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't really have a plan anymore. So, what we're going to do instead is we're going to open this. He says. There we go, that's better. I think that's on camera. Hobby's doing tech support stuff. Oh, right, okay. So, Wib of Snipe and Wib. Let me just.
There you go.
No, my camera's gone black.
It freaked out. It was too much. Ooh, indeed.
Now it's.
Oh, Porthos, no.
Too bright. Now it's to gold. Shush. Anyway, so I have some artwork and we'll be unboxing and framing the artwork because I've discovered I actually have an A3 frame free because the amazing Proto Men UK poster, gig poster, isn't quite A3. So I've got a spare one I've discovered. So let's fucking unbox this. And then there will be some sanding and some undercoating and maybe, just maybe, some actual fucking green going on, some actual Dark Angels. If we're lucky. He says opening this shit off screen.
Do we have music now? Hopefully we have music now.
Because his name and full address is on the other side.
Yeah, be careful with that, Slow.
Yeah, I'm being careful. No, I should do this like a smart person and open it like a smart person. Don't think you've known. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Goth Girl.
No mercy.
Okay. Now that's very interesting.
Okay, so what? More again?
Yeah.
Skip frames, last 2 minutes.
It might be chatbot.
Kidding me. Yeah, disappeared again. It can't run chatbot concurrently.
Anymore.
Resource problem.
Yeah.
Chatbot might be too much for it. So, yeah, we'll leave chatbot off for a wee bit and we'll see how we do. Anyway.
Now, let's see if it drops any more. It might have just been the initial calling the music. We'll see.
Brother!
This is an experimental
Now I
stream.
too have the original Space Fleet artwork, which is a fucking great bit of artwork.
Yeah, my thinking exactly, Goth Girl.
I am a big fan of Battlefleet Gothic. I'm very much 1980 something spaceman from the Lego film when it comes to spaceships.
Yeah, he is. He is very Benny.
So
It's kind of adorable.
Yeah, this very classic bit of art that I didn't know was available as a print form, signed no bloody less. We've dug up for their upcoming, and I don't believe it's gone live to the public yet, Space Fleet video. I know the patrons have had it because I've had my alert, but
yeah, I've had mine as well. But memory is bad, and I'm struggling to keep track of things today.
I have artwork. So the plan is artwork, and then I'm going to show you my special box of special miniatures that have been collected over the years.
Oh no, Slow's going to break out his box.
Yeah, well, like I say, my plan ain't sort of whatever.
Get in trouble for that on Twitch, you know.
Because my Proto Men fucking posted that I want to put in the frame so fucking bad. I regret not getting to sign both of them, to be completely honest, but money's money, kids. Money's money. Don't do. This frame is fucking perfect.
Okay, so lovely chat, people.
Lovely chat, people.
Hoping
Off the
you can
chat
still-
domain.
Hoping you can still hear me. What I've been up to whilst we've been trying to fix everything.
38% of the last year to fucking do it again, and we've lost fucking rid on the fake people. They all fucking go. Why you do this?
Slow, it doesn't matter how many people stay. It's supposed to be fun. So, my little dragon is now sufficiently less black dragon. And I can hear you but still behind as fuck. Oh no. That sucks, friend. It's gonna be really weird and kind of dull, but I'm gonna kill chatbot. Hey Ivan. Because it looks like chatbot's song request feature is what's causing the dropped frames at our end.
You're kidding me.
Well, there's probably more to it than that. We'll have to run some tests.
Yeah.
But let's see.
Have a busy weekend, Porthos.
Hey, look at that. No, it's not chatbot. It's slobs, because it's doing it again. How are you doing today, Ivan? I mean, you know, grading on a scale and all that. Yeah, this is a technical difficulty stream in true house squig fashion.
Yeah, despite every fucking effort we've taken to mitigate this shit, Twitch, slobs, pick a fucking thing, is determined.
Something doesn't like us tonight. We have not made enough donations to the Omnisire, obviously. Anyway, I'm afraid folks will have to cope without any music for a little bit and see if that solves the problem. And if it does, well, Slow and I will have to run some tests. Oh, Ivan, I'm sorry to hear that, friend. Massive hugs, mate. So what I've been doing is I have been painting our lovely little scaled friend here with
the blood of his enemies.
No, not the blood of his enemies, dear. With Army Painter Angel Green. Can't think where they got that name from. So he's now a nice little dark green dragon. And what I'm going to do is going to take some more of the angel green, which you can't see. Hang on, there we go. Should be able to see it now. There. I'm going to take some more of the angel green that's in there. Water it down a little bit with the water that is still off screen. Pop it on my palette. And then...
Thank you, Bob.
I haven't beaten the devil out of my paintbrush yet, so... But I'm about to, so...
Fucking just, you son of a bitch.
Slow is having frame-related issues, and
Well,
Porthos is watching him.
I literally just washed the goddamn the perspex, and there's fucking hair's trapped in the damn thing. On the right side, it has a frame now.
I bet that's going to be super shiny when it turns up on camera. Yeah.
Yeah!
Shiny.
That's better. But yes, reflective and shiny. But yes, pretty artwork. That will fucking...
Yeah, squirrel on camera.
I will finish properly when the stream is done, because I'm going to kill someone.
Please don't kill anybody.
A little bit.
So... He's now sort of base coated in angel green. And I'm now going to mix some Army Painter Orc skin, which I've put on my palette, just there, with a little bit of the angel green to make a slightly lighter shade of angel green.
Quote Maxwell, I will fucking kill you, Jeff Bezos. Do you hear me, FBI? I will kill Jeff Bezos. Prick.
Slow, please don't, you know, send the FBI to our front door. I'd much prefer it if they didn't.
ACAB.
And whilst that's true, I'm pretty sure you would hold up all that well against a bunch of armed bastards. No offence. Your nerd rage would only get you so far.
Indeed. Anyway.
If you have to kill someone, kill Jeff Bezos.
So, yeah, we are now the fucking...
So I'm going to water that down.
Whatever works stream to some extent.
Yeah, sorry there's no music, folks.
So I have all the greens.
SWAT in 3, 2, 1.
All greens in the world to play with. So I will turn up right, seeing as I'm not using them for chat to play with. Let's see. Or not. Yeah. Close enough. Fucking close enough.
Oh, thanks, Goth Girl. That's very sweet. You know what?
That was in great sandpaper.
That's actually going to work much better. So I have a bit of a thing when I'm painting miniatures that if I start doing something one way and realise it'd look nicer or more like what I'm after a different way, I will just stop doing what I'm doing and do the new thing instead. So what I'm doing is I've taken my mostly orc skin with a bit of angel green. I've watered it down quite heavily, so it's basically like a wash, and instead of just brushing it all over our little baby dragon, hey Porthos, I'm gonna sort of stipple it on so it's like, oh no, another delay. The drop frames have stopped since I closed chatbot, so hopefully.
Yeah, well, we've got dynamic on, so.
Best it's been so far. Wow, 10 seconds. That's pretty good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm doing instead of what I was gonna do before is I've got that lovely dark green base, and let's hold him up to the camera so you can see a bit better. Because I've actually just today zoomed my camera out so that you can see more of my workspace while I'm working. And now I'm doing this teeny tiny miniature. You can't see what I'm doing anymore. It's typical, isn't it? So I'm just sort of stippling it over the areas where I think he'd have sort of...
Following the sandpaper for a narrower profile to get into this particular armor joint area.
Scales.
Benefit of cutting it into strips. Also, if you sort of cup it rather than hard bend it as I've done, you can just use the raised area, the tip of the bend instead. But I personally prefer a more precise point.
Oh, desktop is better than mobile. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. This is a nice thing for folks, I think. So, as those of you that follow me on YouTube will already know, I have been uploading my stream backlog onto YouTube, with the intention being that hopefully at some point before the heat death of the universe, I only have to upload the streams from that week each weekend, rather than literally fucking everything. I made it all the way to June. I uploaded my birthday stream the other day. So I'm getting there. I'm only like 2 months behind now. Go out again, Porthos. Give me a sec, sweet pea. Let me just stipple this little dragon's head, and then I'm all yours. And one of the happy hour videos, which I uploaded, got its first view and its first like. Okie dokie, enjoy your food.
It's okay, Kim.
You'll have to tell us what you had when you come back. Yeah, it was for me as well, Goth Girl. There's a couple that I haven't uploaded because they were from before I put the podcasting mic upstairs, and me breathing into the microphone is just fucking horrendous. It makes me feel angry and a little sick. Right, I'm just going to go and let Porthos out because he really wants to pee. But Slow can keep you company while I'm gone. Can't you, Slow?
Well, that's up. A slow descent into insanity where sanding and prep is concerned for week fucking 5 or 6 without picking a paintbrush up. I will paint something tonight. If it kills me. Well, as far as the Friday streams go, you were definitely there for the first one of those. As far as the Sunday stream goes, Goth Girl, I cannot speak to that, as I actually haven't seen many or any of the Sunday streams, as the case may be. Did you just take one of the Cokes I put in the fridge? It's fine. You can have it. You just know I prefer them chilled.
I know. I just wanted a cold drink.
Oh.
Preferably something with caffeine in.
I've got full fats because, oh my god, we had a delivery the other day. Oh my god, we have food again. Ugh.
Oh, did I get you full fat Coke? I don't remember.
Yeah, she got me 2 bottles there. I've got 2 bottles, which I've already ploughed through one of.
Bloody hell, like...
It was only a litre and a half.
Yeah, but the way you drink pop, like I said, it's a miracle you've got any too.
No comment. Okay, so...
Oh, well, you don't want to be out there.
We have a Dark Angel mini from the Dark Vengeance box set. This is one of a set I got that I bought for a song. And then turned up with fucking mould holes and air holes all fucking through the bits I actually wanted. I didn't want any of the blokes. I didn't want any of the line infantry. I wanted the special weapons, the heavy weapon, and the sergeant. Because they're really nice minis, and they're also slightly multi-part, so you can have fun with them. They've all got holes in where the mould wasn't full of plastic, and air bubbles have then formed. And I tried, as it was eBay and, you know, not directly from them, tried to make a point, and I went, tough shit. And I went, well, it's 15 fucking quid. Now I've got some interesting Dark Angel minis, and I can repair some of it. It's just a ball to do. And then the week after, they made Dark Vengeance available for a short term on their weekly return bullshit. Okay, so we have Wet Palette, and we have the world's most fucked dry brush of 2. So I bought 2 sets of new brushes. They were not Winsor & Newtons as I wanted. I could not get Winsor & Newtons at the time. I wanted to size. I still want a size 0 and size 1 Winsor & Newton. These are all synthetics. These were then used for paint transfer. These were brand new. They're now completely fucked. This one is stained some colour of blue and green. And look at all the look at the handle and how it's all just broken away, and this one is sort of going the same way. They're completely fucked. They were brand new. So, whatever. So we've got, as I'm going to try it out, some Green Stuff World Matte Surface Primer Black Nigra Matte.
I love that stuff. It's so much better than all
Hobby bought an extra bottle and I've inherited it. We also have 1 Black Cataphract, ready to rock and roll if necessary.
I was half expecting you to do the count on.
He was, again, a fucking save from somewhere, as they tend to fucking be in my case. I've never actually fucking used this, one of these. I forgot the name of.
Wet Palette.
That's the one. Thank you, Hobby.
You're welcome, dear.
This is a... Did you have to poke a hole in yours to be in?
Yes.
Shit.
Oh, do you want to use my open one?
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Here you go, dear. It doesn't need very much water, if any. Just to warn you.
Well, that's fine. I wasn't planning on watering it down.
Good, good.
Whoa! This has gone bang. What the hell? Oh, dear, Hobby.
Oh, did you shake it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It does that.
Oh, God. That's way more than I fucking need. That's like enough to fucking undercut half a squad. I'm going to keep it over here. Leave it with me. So we have a Dark Angel who is going to be based in black and then Inky by Darkness. Then he's going to be dry brushed green. Then he's going to have some Vile Tan over the top. Then he's going to have another Caliban dry brush. The first dry brush is a zenithal dry brush. Then we're going to go edge highlighting Warpstone Caliban 1:1. Then we're going to go Warpstone Green 1:1 highlighting, finishing in a slight dot of green. That is a a very dark Angels green technique that I received from Requiem_42 on Instagram. They've done some amazingly classic 90s Dark Angels. Highly recommend giving them a look. Most Dark Angel schemes these days are a mix of Caliban, Warpstone, and Moot. I've done a lot of research to try and figure this one out because I want some old school looking Dark Angels. Quite frankly, what I could do with is some old Citadel Dark Angel green. But you can only get that from Coat d'Arms these days, or people on eBay who are selling it sort of second hand, and those pots are, shall we say, questionable. But I'd like to score some if I could. The old screw-on hex pots, that era, and then the first generation of flip lid ones where the lids were black. That generation of Dark Angel green is the Dark Angel green I'm trying to look for, but it's difficult. So we have a dry brush. I'm using it as an undercoat brush because dry brushes are great for picking up paint and depositing it. And I've always enjoyed them as a base coat brush. Also, that's it. That's probably all the paint I'll need to undercoat this entire menu now on that brush. And I can just splash it on. And then as I need more paint, I can take the paint from the lower areas of the models that I've already undercoated and is already beginning to dry. And I can then pick that again up with the brush and spread it over the rest of the model. Now, there are pros and cons to this. If you take too long and fuck around, the paint on the bottom will begin to dry in such a way that you will lose details.
Oh no, that brush is no good for this.
It's an old fucking technique. This is the first time I've really painted any kind of anger, as it were, in a long, long time. Last time I picked a paintbrush would be sort of 6 months ago, but before that would be the better part of the decade. So my knowledge and techniques are a decade old. At least. I am really learning from scratch again in some ways, but I'm going to lean on old techniques where I can. Because look, as I'm now dry brushing this area, because it's technically a dry brush, I'm going really heavy with the brush, and it's filling in areas in a really spotty way. But if I then go and I take paint from the bottom, and look at that, it's now doing it properly again. And at the very worst, I can always ever so slightly dab the brush and get more paint from the palette. But I don't think I'm going to need that. Because at the end of the day,
by the way, chat.
your
I just didn't
undercoat
want to.
wants to be solid fucking thin. Do not go heavy on your undercoat. Would be the best bet. The best advice any painter of any particular status gives to another.
2 thin coats.
Ideally, yes. If you need more than 1 coat, 2 fucking thin coats. The man speaks from a place of experience for a reason.
Hey, Sophia, how you doing, friend? Yeah, I'm back, chat. Sorry about not saying anything. I didn't want to disturb Slow in his spiel.
I'm going to do it at what is basically the level for me.
Yeah, so I was saying before I let Porthos out, yeah, one of the Hobby Happy Hour streams actually got its first view and its first like on YouTube.
Achieve.get. Which
was quite nice. And a very lovely person on Twitter asked me how I did the skin tone on the Survivor, which was kind of a novel experience for me because I'm relatively new to the community as a whole. I've not been hobbying for anywhere near as long as the likes of Slow and Ivan. And frankly, I've never really considered any of my my skills to be, well, skills. Like, I don't think I'm that good of a painter, so for someone to ask me for advice about something was quite nice. Hey, Cyborg. How you doing, friend?
I'm painting minis, Cyborg. Would you fucking believe it?
I'm glad you managed to escape from London.
Oh god, the island of London claims yet another soul. So we have one undercoated Dark Angel. He's nice and black now. And while he's drying, because although the benefit to this technique, another benefit is he's basically ready to start painting now. Because that undercoat is so fucking thin, it's going to dry in minutes. But it will not dry thoroughly. Best thing to do is to wait sort of 5 to 10 minutes, in my experience, and then to start. Most of my painting experience comes from batch painting Space Marines. However, my more interesting detail experience actually comes from playing a lot of sort of Warhammer Fantasy Empire and Imperial Guard models. They're some of my favourite models to paint back in the day, were those old 3rd edition Metalcadians. And the Warhammer Fantasy metal, so the last generation before they went plastic, great swords. Those minis were absolutely fucking gorgeous minis. All this pain. Fucking hell, Cyborg, I've been there.
I know that feeling, my friend. A little bit.
As Ivan has said, you were actually good.
What?
Ivan's paying you a compliment. So, while we wait for
thanks,
my boy
Ivan.
to dry, now I could go and sand the guy, but I think I'm going to have time tonight. I'm definitely going to have time tonight to probably get the Incubi, the Caliban, and the Bialtan on them done.
Well, it all depends on whether anybody else is streaming
Longfang's
tonight.
off today.
It's Longfang's day off.
So it's Wednesday.
That just makes me think of Ferris Bueller. I really want there to be like a Longfang's day off mini movie that is basically Ferris Bueller, but really fucking Scottish. That would be
I can't
fun.
wait for him to dig the guitars out and do the fucking guitar string. I don't know what I want to play, Sense of Theo.
Do you have any games that you've not had for very long that you could play?
Or do you fancy something light, something handheld if you own a Switch or something like that? I mean, one of the things that fuck it. So I'm going to ramble at you for a moment.
What else is new, dear?
It's Wednesday, my dudes. It is fucking Wednesday. It's hump fucking day.
Oh my god, it's hump day.
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of pleasing for me.
What?
That means I'm 3 for 3.
What? 3 for 3?
I have managed to stand and impress my manager 3 days in a row.
Well, here's hoping it'll be 4 for 4. So, I'm going to ramble for a bit because this is actual stream talk. I'm putting my head right into the camera, but I don't care because I can't see the chat. That's my nose, my big ass aquiline nose.
Also, it is. Hey, slow nose. Slow nose reveal.
Do. And a little bit of the beard as well. Yeah. I'm trying to think of any web browser games, which are quick and easy to find.
Web browser games? For one person?
Frozen veg is bread.
Frozen vegetable sandwich? Schnoz. Oh, Kian, that sucks, my friend.
Jesus Christ, Kian, I've been there, my dude.
Hey, some Croatian guy, how you doing?
Hello, welcome to the chat.
Oh, Theo, you big softy. Sure.
Bear Pride Mask arrived. Bear Pride Mask?
Bear Pride Mask? Oh, that's very exciting, Cyborg.
Bear Pride Mask, explain!
I think it's more fun if he doesn't.
Okay. My boy is drying. So while we're drying, I've mentioned miniatures.
Well,
I'm going to save that particular conversation that was going to open up till later.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, no, Torchlight 2 is a good one to start with, especially if you're going to do the mod
Torchlight 2
support
is really fun. Even without mod support.
Yeah, even without mod support, it's good. Although I personally quite like the 6 and 8 player mods that game adds, because then multiplayer just gets dull. It's great, I love it.
Oh, tangent
Also,
before you ramble about the other thing that wasn't miniatures that you want to ramble about. On the Torchlight 2 note.
Go
on. When Slow and I were living at not our last place, but the place before that, just making sure I haven't forgotten anywhere.
There was the place with the slanted window, and then there was the place with Easy, and then there was
the not the last place, but the place before last.
So 72.
Before we got engaged.
The one with the nice driveway, yeah.
Yes.
And the nice neighbours, apart from one with the yappy shitty jog that I wanted to just...
Anyway. So, before we got engaged, we were living in this place, and...
Bears have a pride flag?
Yeah, bears have a pride flag.
Okay. Sorry, news to me. Probably also maybe news to Ivan.
No, I'm pretty sure Ivan knows. Anyway, I had made up my mind that because Slow is nicknamed that for a reason, I was going to find a creative and geeky way of proposing to him.
Ha 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 ha.
And
oh god, the proposal story. Here we fucking go.
oh no, this is a proposal story I might not have told you, actually.
It what?
Yeah, exactly. This is a surprise for you as well, Slow.
Might well fucking be.
So initially I was gonna grind in Pokemon for a shiny Gardevoir for him. But I was at it for 3 days straight and then gave up. And then, because we were playing Torchlight 2 a lot at the time, I decided to look into the modding community at how you modify items, because I was going to give him a super OP statted ring that would be an engagement ring. And it turns out that building mods for Torchlight 2 is actually really complicated. But I tried. I think I've still got the files saved in a project folder somewhere.
Why? It doesn't have an address on that anyone we know or care about lives at.
What?
This property is owned by no one I care about.
Anyway, yeah, so Torchlight 2 has a really nice modding community and they're very helpful and supportive, and if you wanted to build your own mods, you totally could.
There.
The address is on the box?
The address on the box, the black is slightly translucent.
Oh, is it one of the very, very old addresses?
It's got 15 on.
Oh yeah, nobody lives there.
Yeah, nobody lives there.
He's not doxing anyone. Well, not anyone we know anyway.
Well, yeah, and don't care about it. So.
Yeah, that was my little tangent story, yeah. If anybody was wondering what I ended up doing when I proposed to Slow, was I bought him a set of opalite dice.
No, Goth Girl, I am many things. And I admit I'm human and make fuck ups. But I'm very acutely aware of shit like that. Yeah. Again, security background. That was it? That was the full story?
Yeah, that was the full story.
Not the other half of...
Oh, you want me to tell them the story about what happened with the dice?
Well, the entire engagement day, really.
It was a fucking nightmare. Nothing we ever do goes right.
No, nothing we ever do goes right.
I was going to take him to...
it's a family curse, and unfortunately Hobby has to live with it because it's my family curse. There cannot be a slow family outing without something going wrong. It is a rule. Me, my brother, my father, my mother have all done the maths. You cannot go on a slow family outing without something going wrong, and it's usually not something small either.
Yeah. Yeah, we were going to go to the Sea Life Aquarium in Hull, because Slow and I both have a bit of a fondness for marine life.
Good luck, it's a good game.
Yeah, Torchlight's really fun. And due to circumstances beyond our control, we had no money and no means of getting there.
We
left
the booking of the anniversary adventure that I ostensibly thought it was at the time. We left it very late. Yeah. And things kind of fell through for a number of reasons. We didn't have the money even beforehand. And then when we did have the money and we could do it, it was very close to the date and trains were unavailable, buses were unavailable.
Oh no, buses were available, but they were like £100 each way.
That's unavailable as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, fair play.
But yes, plans were made, things were done. And,
and the dice that I ordered didn't turn up and got lost in the mail, so I had to get a refund and buy them from elsewhere.
And the dice you bought me were...
The original dice, the original dice that I bought for you were very expensive, actually made of opal.
They were opal. Hobby went out of her way to find a dice maker who had opal. Opal is one of the most expensive minerals on the face of this goddamn planet.
And Slow quite likes it. He thinks it's pretty.
I do. And Hobby went and found someone who was a dice maker who got their hands on some and had a full sort of D&D classic dice set available. and bought it. Now, we're much later on at the time. I don't know how much that costs. Like, that's engagement ring money.
Yeah, well, it was an engagement present. That's kind of how that works. Just saying. But yeah, we sorted it out. They gave me a refund eventually. When they realised that there was no way that they could find them in the postal service.
A cruise of treason? I mean, that depends who. Depends who I'm portraying. Because if you're talking about Games Workshop, yes, I got Spanish Inquisition good and proper in the full meaning of the word from a fucking manager once, but treason. No, I don't think I've actually had like proper treason against the crown yet. Won't deny that I've flown close on one occasion. No, is that really treason or is that just arsing about? It might just be arsing about.
I reckon it's arson.
Yeah, it's arsing about, not treason.
But yeah, so that was like a little segue there. Sorry about that, chat. But yeah, he got his dice in the end from elsewhere.
Hans, I tell you right now, a year's salary. You're looking at that sort of price bracket for that particular type of material. You're looking for at least a year's salary in a decent mid-range paint shop. I mean, I did, to be fair. We've not had anything on the level of treason go wrong. We have had 7 years bad luck more than once as a family.
There was that time we almost caused an international incident.
This is why. This must be the why. Because the only other occasion I've been abroad.
No, it's when our American friend came to visit us and we had to call an ambulance out for him.
Oh, yes.
That was a fun day. And when the ambulance turned up, there was a TV crew with them because they were filming a documentary series about ambulance crews.
And we're just like, you picked the worst fucking place to film because we're mundane as shit. A bunch of nerds.
Yeah, but it was a bunch of nerds on Halloween. We were all in costume.
To be fair, yes, I was in a kiku.
Yeah, you were. Slow went as keyboard cat that year to our Halloween party.
Big blue shirt and a big fucking keyboard.
It was a kid's keyboard. We got it on eBay.
It was a good year.
It was a good year. They were fine. They were under a fair bit of stress and something set them off. The problem was they were in the military. I won't say which arm of the military or anything in any greater detail than that, because GDPR. But they were in the military, and if they'd have had to go into hospital, it would have been a really big, serious thing. We all get hauled into a little room one at a time and quizzed on what we did. Yeah, that was fun. We're just cursed. Like, as a family, we are cursed. MI6. Yeah. So it's slow. At the risk of quoting a movie that nobody but me has seen, what's in the box?
So, it's the box of interesting miniatures that I have.
Ooh.
That I can't seem to get all downstream because the fucking water.
I'm painting eyeballs onto my little dragon. Isn't he cute?
So, in the land that time fucking forgot, we have 3rd edition Cadians, which I've already mentioned. They either full fucking squad of those, complete special weapons, and managed to procure a heavy weapon set. So it's classic flamethrower rocket launcher set, complete with Sergeant, who's now worth more money than God, apparently, because he was hard to get off, as is the Lieutenant. Jesus Christ. We have some 3rd edition Stormtroopers, the old, what are now considered inquisitorial Stormtroopers, but these are what Stormtroopers used to look like. These look more SAS focused than the the Kazakin and then sound focus that follows. I also have a full set of Kazakin in here, I believe, somewhere. But that's not the truly interesting bit of this particular box. Oh, also, Bad Squiddo Minis do some really nice shit. These are female tank crew. One, I know the photo's not great, bear with me. One Commissar and one sort of armoured fist tank commander. Very nice minis. They'll be chopped up a wee bit for Praetorians. Because, oh boy, one day there'll be a Praetorian army. Now, most importantly, some shit I've actually painted. And some actually genuinely interesting models. So, oh no, Spear of Twilight. He was the freebie model from White Dwarf for Mordheim.
Is it Arnor?
Aenur, Aenur, whatever. He was, for me, he was my first attempt at this very interesting, lovely red.
Oh wait, he's the guy with the really pretty cape.
Yes, he's the.
I remember him.
For the record, I kind of want to strip him and do him again at some point. But most of all, the face work and everything was the first time I'd really attempted flesh. But yes, actual fucking painted mini to prove that I can actually fucking paint worth a damn. Complete with another fucking mini with lovely purple cape with similar style when I was first learning to really shade things. But here we go. This is where shit actually genuinely gets interesting.
My dragon looks haunted. Look at his face.
The Chasseur model from RTLW, now since discontinued, under a new model. The 25th anniversary Inquisitor model that Hobby bought me. Because I love this guy. He's got really cool backstory.
Snacks. I forgot about him.
He's in here. And he lives in there and he goes nowhere.
I completely forgot I'd bought him for you.
Inquisitor Rex, the Terminator Inquisitor bloke. The astropath from that set.
Marmite hummus.
Marmite hummus? What the fuck would you do that? What's wrong with you people? Most interestingly, this was only sold for a couple of years. The Sartosa, the only official Sartosa pirate mini that GW ever fucking did. For
I'm with Goth Girl on this one, Cyborg.
I don't know why I bought him, but I bought him. I own him now.
Oh, Goth Girl, I totally get you with the distinct memories of travelling to and from the deep from the one time I've been there when I was about 10. And I can imagine Grox, and that sucks. I hope you were okay. And I hope that the hospital that you went to treated you nicely.
A Vostroyan that I own.
You're in a Vostroyan?
I own a Vostroyan. I own the medic bloke, who is now probably worth 20 quid on his own, if you want to get into brass tacks. Forge Worlds. Oh shit. Forge World year model some fucking years ago. The Arbitrator. I've got his dog somewhere. His dog is safe.
And your little dog too.
The old Chaos Sorcerer model that's been redone recently, dude with the big spiky horns, and a bunch of other shit. Point being, I got a lot of single minis in here that aren't not necessarily part of any particular army or build. Yeah, this fucking thing. Oh boy, Facebook, back in the day, was the wheeling and dealingest way to get your hands on minis.
No, Cyborg, I don't. Why'd you ask?
Because this fucking thing.
I only have one allergy.
This is the Kazakin Armoured Fist Company Commander bloke, tank rider bloke, that was using a lot of little freestanding conversions as a standing infantry mini. I've got him. I bought him on him. Fucking again, Facebook. Back when it was decent and people weren't ripping people off blind and people could trust each other on the Facebook site.
Facebook was decent?
For a brief period, the trading site was actually pretty good. You could get a lot of interesting miniatures on there for a decent amount of money. I.e., this is...
market research.
I know Aeronautica's back. This is an original Forge World Aeronautica Thunderbot.
Yeah, I'm with Goth Girl on this one again, Cyborg. Should I be concerned? Do I need to panic?
Lots of interesting minis. Some for Warhammer. I mean, this is a female model. I love this female model. I don't know her name offhand, but she's produced by a Russian company. She's basically Warhammer Fantasy Noble-esque model. She was going to be the beginning of the Mordheim group. I'd like to finish her someday because she could be Solent. the lost province of Solent because of her particular setup, and it was a really neat idea. And then GW went, specialist games in our stores, fuck off. So Battlefleet Gothic and everything, because I've got, again, Battlefleet Gothic, I've got some really nice Battlefleet Gothic shit that very few buggers have got, especially these days, and unfortunately due to a tip, it fell away.
I've got green paint on my finger.
Many a project started in best of hopes, but never fucking seemed to fruition is that box, I suppose, and as a result comes a lot of interesting miniatures. And proof. Real physical proof that I have in fact at one point
Painted a miniature.
Painted something. Because the rest of it is lost to the sands of time or has been stripped and sold or any number of other things that mean they're gone now.
Okay, chat, I need your opinion on something. So here is my little baby dragon.
Right.
I'm going to do his horns and his teeth last. But what colour do you think I should do his belly,
Base
the
coat.
trims of his wings, and his spines? I'm thinking just one colour, but should I do it pink or blue or yellow? What do folks think? What would be a nice colour for my little green dragon baby?
Where is my digital telephonic device?
Brown. Oh, gold. That's a nice idea. It's a fancy baby dragon. That's why he looks so anxious.
Everyone's like, I hated rattle cans too, and then I spent £250 on an airbrush.
Would that we could.
Like, I bought an airbrush and now I've never looked back.
bloody
Yes, we
well
would love to own an airbrush. I would also love for us to own an Anycubic Photon and an Anycubic UV chamber and wash chamber. But that's 450 quid we ain't got.
Bronze. Bronze is a nice idea. Good luck, Kian.
Indeed.
Yeah, bronze is a nice idea. I like that idea. I think we'll go with bronze. A bronze baby dragon. Baby bronze dragon?
So, what? Shit.
Careful, slow.
So with an actual fucking standard brush now from War Painter, because they do stupid fucking things and don't list their brushes in 0 or 1s or sizes, and every fucking other does these days. Here's a character brush from Wargamer, they're lovely triangular brushes. For me, who is 6'4", their triangular brushes are great. I basically have to buy a grip. So the round dry brushes that I have, if I have one major complaint. If anyone remembers the old, like, plastic, really plasticky, putty feeling grips you could get for pens.
Oh god, I remember those.
I would probably need one for one of these. I was using it more often because
I'm just checking my various sort of browns and golds out to see what we've got. Ooh. No, that might be a bit too pale.
Wait, are you doing green now, or are you going to do bronze now? Did you start the Dark Angels green?
Ooh, Victorian brass.
If you want to bring your Dark Angels green that isn't Dark Angels green up.
No, I've done it.
You've done it.
Do you want to see my little dragon so far?
Yeah, sure. I was about to say, if you've done any shading or anything, you want to bring it up, you could try a Bile Tan wash.
Got him. I'm gonna do a.
Is he meant to be sort of patchy?
Yeah, he's mottled.
Give him a wash.
I'm going to.
But wash him in.
I haven't got that far yet, dear. Okay. Doing his belly and his spines first. That's what chat were helping me decide on.
Okay, well...
Oh, you've got your headphones on, of course you can't hear me properly.
I have Bialtan Green and Coelia Green shades available if you would like to shade it in green.
Thank you very much, dear.
Although colour theory dictates that if you're trying to lighten it, you don't necessarily want to
Take care, Croatian. Hope you have a lovely evening or afternoon.
Indeed.
I don't know what time zone. I'm bad at time anyway. Bad at my own time.
Right, let's fucking get some incubi on this.
Okay, so I'm going to use Victorian Brass, which is a scale colour. It's a nice sort of deep bronzy goldy colour.
I love that that is one and will always be one.
Have a lovely evening.
So if I have to put, I don't fucking know, some Calibrine green into this mix, that will also always be one. It is not maybe one or maybe two. It's fucking one. Because one squeeze gets me one drop. And that is why I'm the mad bugger, like many mad buggers out there, even though I'm not that much of a painter, who has, you know, moved all of his fucking Citadel paints and paid the extra money to get them into fucking droppers.
It's worth it though.
Oh boy, is it.
Oh dear, I don't think I thinned my.
Yeah, it's a blue-green Coelia. Bialtan is the one you want if you want a more vibrant green. But considering Hobby's doing a mottled green, that might not be a terrible plan.
I was gonna do what I did with the skin tone and make my own wash.
Okay.
Oh dear, this isn't a good start. This is one of the first paints that I transferred, and I may have cocked it up a little bit because I can't get it out of the dropper bottle now.
So
there we go.
Fun fact about all these Citadel paints that we've transferred. Now, I've done more than Hobby. I'm on to somewhere in the 50 region. Hobby's maybe a dozen, I think, at this point.
I've done a bit more than a dozen. Just looking at my tray. But I've done a few.
Yeah. They're all got a bit of Liquitex in. So as a result, they're a little bit more watered down than if that one drop was taken straight from a pot.
Mm-hmm.
So with a black undercoat, I don't think I will need to really do... Sorry, I'm painting really close to my chest because I've not pulled my chair all the way into the muppet.
Oh, good point, Slow. Thank you.
Do not think, as I was saying, we'll need to...
Okay, so...
water this down with any Lamia medium or whatever your medium of choice happens to be, like Water Plus from Instar. Which I will admit, I'm keen to try. I quite like the sound of the Instar paints, I must admit. But I've spent a lot of money getting the current paints that I've got, and I'm not fucking using them, so let's...
That's what we got for now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, for want of a better description, seeing as he's technically already had a base coat this little guy's belly in some scorched brown.
My palette is not keeping this shit as wide as I'd like. My palette may not have enough water.
You should be able to see that.
Shit.
I'm actually going to take the brown all the way up his underside.
Basically dry. Shit.
It may be that you've
Damp.
spread it a bit too thin, Slow.
Spread what a bit too thin?
Paint on the palette.
We'll see.
It tends to survive better when it's a little blob, like on a proper palette.
Okay, well, you know more than me. This is my first time using the Everlasting palette by the company I've forgotten.
Something red something.
Red
Leaf? My brain keeps going Redgate, but that's a computer thing.
Red Grass.
Red grass. There we go.
I like the Army Painter one, but quite frankly, these guys were doing it first, and they're well reviewed. So I'll stick to the brand that's good. Because I will admit, when I initially bought mine in the hobby, it was like, oh, you seem to like it, I'll buy my own.
I'm glad I did.
So yeah, she's quite pleased with it. And people are like, just fucking make your own out of like a Chinese tin and shit. And I was like, yeah, but they work and they don't though.
Well, and I've said this on a previous stream when I was talking about wet palettes. Purple Burb, who folks from the Snipe and Whip community will already know. I can't remember their username on on the Twitter, but Purple Burb has made their own wet palette using a Tupperware tub and I think paper towels. And they swear by it. They absolutely love it. They've found the secret to getting it perfect, it would seem. So if anybody does want to invest in a wet palette but doesn't have the money to,
the fucking wet palettes that we bought. I mean, again, I bought mine when I was
gainfully
employed.
They're not cheap.
And had money to, frankly, burn on such shit like that.
Yeah.
Again, as I said in the prior stream, if you're coming back to the hobby or you're just starting a hobby, quality tools can allow you to make up for a skill gap and allow you to paint or build or construct or sand or prep or whatever at a higher standard than your skill level would allow, usually, until such time as your skill level has improved. But make no mistake, the best fucking cutters in the world will not, work. They will not be miracles. You will not suddenly be able to cut things like ultimately cleanly or whatever. You're still going to have to pick skills up. I.e., a wet palette is not going to transform my ability to paint minis overnight, but will let me work paint better and even have a crack at wet blending in a more controlled environment later on, because this particular Dark Angels technique calls for a 1-1 of Caliban and other things later on, so I'm going to get to play with that. I will get to run these two colours into each other, leaving them on the pad.
Yeah, if you do want to get a wet palette but can't really afford one, then there are means of making your own. I think it's still Purple Burb, could be mistaken though. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know they've got a couple of different usernames for different situations, so
The dog fucking snoring.
yeah, the dog's snoring. He's fine. Okay, so my little dragon now has little brown tail fins.
Little old man with little old man snore.
And little brown spines. So I'm just going to finish the wings.
Yeah, I need big paintbrushes.
Oh. Yeah, this is an old Citadel colour. I don't know what the alternative is.
What is it?
It's scorched brown. I don't think it exists under that name anymore.
It might be Skag or something like that. Oh, it's dark, isn't it?
It's
dark.
I would say it's a mildly ruddy chocolate brown. It's like a milk chocolate kind of colour.
Something like Doombull is a better.
Yeah, it's darker than Doombull because I've got Doombull as well.
Scorched, yes.
Scorched.
The old dark scorched brown. So it's more like Gorthor, but Gorthor's still a bit more milk chocolatey than Scorched ever was.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. It may not have a
it does, but
better description of 1-1 mapping.
Yeah, it does, but it's definitely fucking not a 1-1.
Oh, ow! My finger locked then.
Seriously,
like a knockoff Hershey's bar, exactly.
Yeah, like I'm this far away
Grinch.
from picking up some Coat the Arm stuff now that I know what I know, especially for things like Warlock Purple and Tentacle Pink, because I know you like those colours.
I don't give a toss about Tentacle Pink, but
you like them, and you'd like to own some of them. But you're telling me you don't like the purples and wouldn't own them, because I know full well they don't exist in the Citadel range, they don't exist in the...
Look, the only time I've really cared about a pink or purple in the Citadel range is Warlock Purple.
Yeah, which is a Coat the Arms one.
Because it's not purple, it's fuchsia.
It's a Coat the Arms one.
It's fucking pink, which is why my Warlock Purple, I blacked out the word purple and painted the word pink onto it in white paint. So mine actually said Warlock Pink on it because it's fucking pink.
So I'm going to do something we shouldn't do. I'm going to lick the brush.
Hey.
Twist it in my mouth.
Licking the brush
So
is a
point.
perfectly valid tactic for getting a point back into it.
So it occurred to me that I've been doing this green for a while now, and for what is...
You know, honestly, I kind of like the just the brown without any brass on it. I might stipple a little bit of watered down brass over the dragon as a whole to give him a little bit of a sheen.
Again, you might want to bring that green up before you do that. Otherwise you're going to lose
don't worry. I will. Don't worry. I wanted to get the browns on first, so that I can wash everything appropriately, as it were.
For the record, I've never used Incubi Dark because I've never used any paints, and I'm quite liking the coverage that Incubi's got now that it's been watered down a little with Liquitex.
Oh, they're not the contrasts then?
No, it did come out sort of jelly-like initially. I'm just like, I'm totally fucking penguining over here. So my arms are really close into my chest, which for someone who was 6'4" and currently leaning over a desk, yeah, not exactly great. Oh, my head's in the fucking camera again. Son of a bitch!
We're going to have to move your camera, aren't we, dear?
It's not it. I know why I'm doing it. It's because I'm not spreading my arms out. I've not got my elbows on the table, quite frankly, like a smart person. It's rude, whatever, but fuck you. I'm 6'4" and a gangly son of a bitch. Now I'm comfortable and I'm not hurting my neck by looking down at a miniature.
Also, you're not eating, so it's not like it matters.
Whatever.
Not that it would matter if you were eating, because I don't care if you put your arms on the table, elbows on the table.
My head's in the way again, I know it. But hold on.
Only a little bit.
Doing something that requires steady hand as I'm trying not to get the very nice Incubi Darkness all over the black of this fucking symbol, because they're going to need to be repainted in...
Yeah, I'm thinking so, Goth Girl.
Probably Caliban. Shit, that's an area I missed on my waistcoat.
See, it's not been a problem up until now, because he's not painted anything on stream.
What? What are you saying?
Goth Girl has suggested that we put your camera side-facing in future, so that you can lean over without it blocking people's view of what you're painting. And I think that's a very good idea.
I am. I've even fucking...
See, I've learnt to sit up straight when I'm painting. So this is actually pretty good for my posture.
Sorry, the problem is I need to see what I'm doing. Truth be told, what I could do with is...
It's one of those magnifying hats.
Jeweler's glasses.
Or jeweler's glasses.
They're referred to as jeweler's glasses. Not a big fucking doctor's... Like I'm fucking Rigel in Farscape pretending to be a doctor. Yes, Mimey Vonks. Nyam, 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 nyam.
I'm actually going to make his horns brown too.
Showing my sci-fi peen there a bit, whatever.
Hey, I like it when you show your sci-fi peen.
That was a good fucking the clams episode. The girl power clams episode was better than it had been right to be. That was, to my respect, was a fucking lot of Farscape. Like the premise of Farscape.
I love Farscape.
And I'm sure that the ever awesome Men with Funny Heads podcast is going to get to Farscape eventually, and we'll discuss this at greater length and with better nuance than I can. But Farscape was better than it had any right to be.
I feel like I have to say
regular
this
basis.
every stream that slows on with me, but we are not paid to promote the Men with Funny Heads. We just really like it.
No, we quite enjoy it. They did their most recent podcast, I believe, was the Disney film that was designed to compete with fucking Star Wars. The Black Hole.
Which I have not seen.
And I haven't seen in a while, but I am familiar enough with generally that was a very interesting podcast. Because I remember enough of the story beats that listening to the podcast was just very fucking... Yeah, guys, this was a Disney film. A fucking Disney film. No, really, they did these themes and these things in a Disney film because they thought Star Wars.
To be fair... Disney used to actually take chances. Like, that was... when did Star Wars come out? Help me out, folks.
70 something? It's been a while.
I thought it was 80 something.
No, that'd be Return. Return of the Revenge of the... Come on, chat.
The audio wasn't having it when Slow started ranting. Fabulous. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Star Wars came out in the 80s.
This bloke has a skull on his helmet.
Is he a baddie?
Well, I was thinking it.
Hey, Destroyer.
And Space Marines are unequivocally the bad guys.
How are you doing today, Destroyer friend? Yeah, anyway, Star Wars came out in, like, the 80s. At some point in the 80s, I'm pretty sure of it. And at that point, Disney was taking a lot of chances. Like, the 80s is colloquially referred to by Disney nerds, as the dark age of Disney. It's when
the Black Cauldron.
It's when the Black Cauldron came out, which is single-handedly Disney's most terrifying animated film ever, and it did terribly, but has a cult following. Fucking John Hurt as the Horned King. Oh.
Yeah, but that's because John Hurt is just...
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's not Tim Curry. Tim Curry is like
Look,
the king of villains. But
this film has many things to answer for, but at the same time, John Hurt is a fucking chaplain. Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, I love John Hurt. John Hurt was the reason I liked that movie. The only reason I liked that movie.
Oh, Destroyer's fucking Indomitus box.
Oh, yay! Your Indomitus box arrived. Awesome.
Congratulations.
Mine's in the made to order thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Which is indeed.
So I don't know when I'll get mine. But yeah, so Disney was making all sorts of weird shit in the 80s, so it doesn't surprise me that they made it. I just didn't know about it, and that bit surprises me. Because I like Disney. Like, I really want to take Slow to Disney World in Florida. And for fellow Disney nerds, I wouldn't have needed to say in Florida because, well, every Disney park has a different name. They are differentiated by their names, which is, in my opinion, kind of cool. But anyway, I want to take Slow to Disney World. I want to take Slow to Epcot in Disney World because I think his not particularly inner science geek child will
appreciate.
Flip his fucking shit at some of the rides at the Epcot Centre. If nothing else, I think you'd really like the as I put it, World of Tomorrow, which is
sorry guys,
all of the kitschy
I'm really
vintage
struggling
shit.
with light.
Oh, are you having problems? So
well, I'm painting very dark green onto black.
Oh, that's funny. That is. We've both ended up painting very dark green onto black in this stream.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Hulu, how are you doing, friend?
Hello. It's like actual Space Marine painting thing.
Tim Curry made Satan really cool. This is very true.
But again, Tim Curry, so...
Yeah. My favourite Tim Curry appearance in an animated film, specifically, because you have to be specific when it comes to Tim Curry, otherwise you'll be listing stuff off all night, is when he played the bad guy in Fern Gully, Hexus, because he gets a fucking musical number. He is literally toxic waste, and he has a musical number.
As the dog goes, oh, it could be toxic waste.
Hey, buddy. Porthos has just woken up and had a nice little scratch. Okay, so time for a progress shot. Do we have a bit of paper or something that I could put behind him. There's a very filthy paintbrush rag.
Hold on. Hold the fucking phone.
Holding. Well, can I hold the dragon instead? That's a little better. Oh, thank you though. So, hopefully this will help to differentiate him from my board. Yeah, so little green dragon. He's got eyes. He's got little brown horns and tail. And little brown wing trims. Wing trims? Is that a word?
Oh shit.
So next step is I'm gonna make, because I'm one of those weirdos.
One of those weirdos.
I'm gonna make a wash of sorts.
Can I, while you're making, you're going to talk your way through that particular procedure?
I am a little bit, and then you can talk all you want to. So
I'm running out of ink by darkness. Shit.
Oh no.
It's starting to evaporate on the pad a bit.
Oh dear.
Which implies that I'm running out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm going to use some angel green and some of the black primer from earlier, which is already in the pot, and a hell of a lot of water. And I'm going to make a dark green wash that I can sort of run over him to pick out the bits that I need.
Somebody in the chat may be noticing that I'm going over areas repeatedly. There is a reason for that. I'm basically going up and building up panel by panel, flipping them over panel by panel, and then flipping over again, or going around as I need fit, and then going over those areas again after I've already been over the once to ensure a solid coat. So I am not. So that's why it looks like I'm just consistently painting fucking Ink by Darkest, because I am. I'm doing it in such a way that allows the thin coats that I'm building up to dry. So by the time I'm at the top of the goddamn mini again, I can just go, oh well, time to go back to the bottom again, and off I go.
Okay, so that's like a really nice dark green at the moment, and it's very, very runny. You should be able to see that on the camera. I'm going to put more water in it though. I don't think it's quite runny enough, and then I'm going to put a bit more black primer in it because it's not quite dark enough yet.
It's very hard not to get green any place. I'm not going to have to build green over later.
I know that feeling, dear.
With fucking SM, it's a more interesting proposition.
Oh,
Dragon, not particularly contest.
I'm sad to hear that you can't go on your walk, Hulu. I am slightly jealous that you can go on walks at all, because I've not been out of the house in a really long time.
Since March!
Yeah, I've not been out of the house since March, and it's starting to
get a bit of all the clothing on me.
Affect me in ways I never expected it would.
Well, I mean, to be fair, most of it's because people are fucking stupid, and that's the problem. It's not so much going outside the problem, it's that people outside are being dumb. And it's the other people that are the problem.
It's the humans who are wrong.
Yeah, it's very fucking... Can you please just wear a mask and do the things you're required to do? And the government's like, no, you don't have to do these things. We'd prefer it if you did, but you don't have to. And then every idiot is out there with a mouth breather on is going, well, I won't then, because you get the fucking idea.
Deep breaths, dear. Deep breaths.
Unfortunately, we live in a place where there's a lot of those sons of bitches.
Needs more water.
I can't breathe. Shut the fuck up.
That was very close to the voice that Jim Sterling uses when he's reading out comments from YouTube.
When he's doing his skeletal voice.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a good voice.
It is a good voice.
Mother.
Goss girl, yeah.
Why will you not feed me?
Oh yeah, we need to do some recording at some point, so.
Give Paul Toss a voice.
Me. Yeah. So, some of you may have seen
a tweet I made.
A tweet I made. in fact, the other day, that we have a new donation alert.
Not what I was thinking of. Okay.
At the moment, it doesn't have any sound because frankly, it's a miracle I managed to tweet anything yesterday. I kind of melted.
Yeah, they did.
I was in a lot of pain. I was really confused. Slow was trying to talk to me whilst he was agitating paint, and I got such severe sensory overload that I threw my headphones out of the way.
Tommy's not one for violence as a thing.
No, I'm not. I'm a big softie. I'm a pacifist.
It is a bit of a red flag for yours, truly.
I mean, I didn't throw them at Slow.
Oh, no. It's not a fucking, like, you know, spousal violence. She was aggressive with them in a very meh and sort of dummy out the pram moment, and that's not Hobby at all. I can't stress that to you enough. No matter how under pressure or how annoyed, Hobby is usually very composed. When she is not composed, it's less of a thing and more of a red flag, because that implies that there are things at play that are meaning they can't keep themselves composed. And that is a fucking, right, time to put my carer pants on. Yeah,
and that's what happened yesterday. And frankly, I don't remember much of yesterday after I finished work. I vaguely remember, I don't know if Ivan's still about, us talking about Dwayne the Moth Johnson.
For a possible Sword Coast?
Yes.
Okay.
That was fun.
On that
I remember that being fun.
To anyone who said anything to be in D&D and role-playing things, yeah, I'm still not doing it. This is, you got to understand, when I pitches a campaign, it's like maybe 12 months in the future if we're lucky. So a campaign has been pitched. We're interested, but like when that's actually going to fucking turn up, if it turns up, because he's got all the shit on his plate, it's just
So I don't really remember much, but I do remember putting out a tweet about having sorted that out. The only problem is I haven't sorted out any audio for it, so it's got the standard noise, but with a Porthos flavour image.
GIF.
It's a GIF. I don't care what the creator says. Yeah, you have real life shit in the meantime, mate. We know.
That was not a fucking whatever. It was a statement of fact rather than an accusation, my friend. As was discussed earlier to fucking date, you got shit that's going on, you know? We all have lives and shit goes on. But I mentioned that because some very kind folks in the community have gone, oh, I want to do the thing with the giant robots. And I've gone, I would fucking be down for that. Because Lancer's great, and I encourage people to play it. But I'm not...
If you dig giant robots, then go do the Lancer thing.
But I'm not doing so great, personally, and as a result, my ability to people is minimal. And that's a me problem that I've got to work out. I think this boy's about there, because he's definitely green now. He's super green. Green.
Hey, Kian. Congratulations on the completion of your housework.
Right, that's one fucking Inky by Darkness. Dark Angel. Terrible camera with terrible shadow on it. The cameras move, I think. Yes. Come on. The autofocus shits the bed.
I turned that off last week.
Nope.
I thought I did. Sorry.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, it's over there. That's why I can't see it.
In any event, that's definitely a Dark Angel. There's more towards the 90s shade than most of them. because they're wrong.
Deep breaths, dear.
Look, no offense to anyone who plays Dark Angels, but the whole fucking Tron era of Dark Angels that GW seems to be getting behind, I don't understand it. Do not understand it. I get it. I understand it.
Do you? You
I
just said you
understand the concept, but at the same time, what I don't get is why you choose that over Dark Angels that are, I don't fucking know, dark.
As long as it's nothing that's going to get me banned from Twitch, Cyborg.
As opposed to fucking fluorescent.
Speaking of fluorescent, has anybody seen the rave necrons that are going around on Twitter? They're amazing and I love them. And I'm tempted, like, to do my own necrons like that when they get here. Because I've got the perfect stuff to base them with if I do that.
Cyborg has posted the YouTube link.
Ooh.
So, each body's done with. So now we're on to Caliban. The colour, for the record, that 90% of people online will tell you to start with Dark Angels. And they're not wrong. It's a damn good green. It's a dark green. It's very flat. The old Dark Angels green, however, which this replaced, is not a brighter green, but it is a more vibrant green. As a result...
Slow Destroyer has asked you a question.
I have a question.
You do?
Oui.
Destroyer has asked you if you're going for a dirty-ish shade of dark green.
No, I'm going for a very clean, very oily colour. If you think the 3rd edition supplement codex, which was very dark, the version of that, which was the original coloured version, not the modern colour that's more in line with the more traditional sort of bright Dark Angel green. Because back in the 90s, they were very dark. They were closer to black than they were green in some cases. It was sort of a transitory period for the faction. So now I'm going to consult the Book of Armaments.
Consult the Book of Armaments.
And make sure that my next step is the correct step. Because Requiem_42 very kindly gave me their full breakdown on how to paint the Dark Angels in their style. And again, they're on Instagram. That is the sort of colour of green that I'm going for. It ends up dark in the centre of the panels and brighter around the edge of the panels, but not in a glow sense, in a very diffuse sense. And as a result, doesn't come across as neon. It just comes across as a better, smoother green. Shit, I really should save those. I'm going to Google it.
Sorry, I'm doing this all at a low level at the moment because I'm just trying to make sure that I don't get the wash anywhere where it's not supposed to be. One brush, not the smaller one. For this. Oh, chat, and also sort of slow because not really had a chance to talk to Slow about it yet. I've had an update about that commission. It's coming along quite nicely. I am very excited. Can't wait to show you all when it's finished. Okay, so.
Yeah, well, a particular source on this particular technique, their website did. So.
Oh no. That's a pity.
So Zenithal is a technique that I've never actually used personally before, as a result, I'm familiar.
Oh, I see. Oh, thank you very much, Hans. Yeah, it wasn't fun. It was... I've experienced it before, but it's never been quite as pronounced as it was yesterday. And it was really quite distressing. Even though I knew what was going on, it was just very, very upsetting for me. I couldn't even play Minecraft yesterday. It was that bad. And that's a sorry state of affairs. There we go. Oh, he's looking much better now, much more depth. So now, just going to fix something with one of his eyes. And you get a little glimpse at my hair then. Because I accidentally got some of the wash in his eyeball. And it turned his eyeball a funny colour. So I'm just using the Psycho brush because I want to get this in a really specific area. Just catch that in so it looks more like a shadow on the eye than just like bloop. Oh, hands. That sucks, friend. Big old digital hugs for mini hands. Right, so let's get the bit of paper again. Where did I put it? I put it here. No, that's not going to work. That should go. There he is. You can see he's got quite a fair bit of wash on him now, so he's looking pretty shiny. And I've tried really hard to make sure that we don't lose any of the mottling that I did before. A horse playing the flute. Fabulous, I'll watch that later. Cover your hand, I'm only on weekends allowed to watch porn. No, shan't. Reminds me of something funny that happened whilst I was still working in an office. After I started following Goth Girl. Now, I'm pretty sure pretty much everyone in chat follows Goth Girl on Twitter or is aware of their proclivities. Yeah, I'd already got this lovely shiny watch, which is linked up to my phone and sends me notifications through Twitter. You didn't do anything, Goth Girl. You keep being you, is all I have to say on that point.
What the fuck did I miss? I was reading about lighting and zenithal.
I am telling chat a story about when I worked at my old job after I'd got my new watch and linked it up with my phone. Yeah, so I was in a super serious meeting with some super serious people about really serious stuff.
So I'm seeing loot string comments on something.
And my watch buzzed.
Yeah, someone sent you a thing.
Yes, I saw. Thank you, Hans. I will check it later. My watch buzzed during this meeting, and I looked at it, and there was a, similar to how there is right now, in fact, there was a preview of the tweet that Goth Girl had retweeted on my watch.
Oh.
And Slow follows Goth Girl, so he knows exactly what I'm talking about here. Yeah. I mean, it was a very nice picture. Just not something that
That's a bit more than what I'd have fucking intended, because that's gone completely fucking haywire, because the pot's gone.
Okay, I'm using an off-white that I've got, because I don't have any, like, bleached bone or anything like that, I don't think. Oh, I've got skeleton bone. Okay, I'm just going to pretend that I didn't just waste a load of spaceship exterior.
A really fucking small dry brush. There it is.
I was going to say, I have a small dry brush over here if you want to borrow it.
I'm good.
Okay.
I have my army painter small dry brush.
Fair enough. So I'm going to use army painter skeleton bone paint to paint his little teeths. Don't apologise, Goth Girl. I thought it was really funny, and I don't think anybody in the meeting I was in noticed, because really a lot of those people were just quite self-absorbed. It's funny, but also I'm sorry. No, don't worry about it. It's fine. I genuinely find it funnier than I do anything else. You know, it did not annoy me in the slightest. I was just like, oh shit, I hope no one saw that. Okay, the skeleton bone's actually really fucking dark, so I'm going to use a bit of skeleton bone and a little bit of spaceship exterior to make a sort of toothy colour. Because I don't imagine this little guy's got the best of dental hygiene, so there's no way his pearlies are white. We want to give him a little bit of tartar, as it were. Plaque build up. Heck, we could even mottle them like we did with his skin to make him look like he's got a bit of food stuck in his mouth. Lots of fun things we can do. So he has my teeth. I'm sure that's not true at all, Goth Girl. But you've got lovely teeth. Yeah, hands. In Persona 4, the animation, they actually make a big thing about that. So in the Japanese version, you go and visit, I'm going to call her your handler, a lady called Margaret. She's this lovely, extremely composed, very demure lady. And she talks to you about one of the personas you can summon, called Black Frost. And she repeatedly, and I'm going to just reiterate, this is in the Japanese version. It's also in the American version, but it's in the Japanese version. They have ported it one for one, as it were. She keeps going, Brack Flost. And then she spends a couple of minutes talking about how saying English names in Japanese is hard because they don't have any L's, and it's so easy to get them confused. And I found that really sweet because she gets so flustered, and you never see Margaret flustered. She's proper chill.
No, I remember dry brushing differently. This is not having quite the effect I thought it would.
Hulu, if you're tired, friend, go to bed. Have a rest.
So we're going to slightly different time zones. So.
Yeah, I think Hulu is an hour ahead of us. No idea what time it is, but you know, if you're sleepy and you are somewhere where you can do it, napping is always good. I am an avid supporter of nap time.
I'm not really, again, unfortunately, because the light isn't as good as I'd hoped it was in here. I'm not quite sure what Caliburn Green has done, but I think that's safe to say that's complete. Yeah, I don't know quite what that dry brush is added.
1 hour ahead, yeah. Thanks, Goth Girl. Yeah, preach. I would have happily had a nap at lunchtime today, but I did not have the time. I'm actually starting to feel a bit better now as well, which is nice. Oh, Hulu, I'm the same a lot of the time. Like, the only time I can nap is when it's really important that I don't. And then my body's just like commencing shutdown.
Believe that.
Like the amount of times that Slow has walked into the living room and found me pretzeled under a blanket, probably with the dog on top of me.
Time to bail tangerine. That's gonna be an interesting one because it is a shade. And oh, good God. Pissed all over the lid.
Got excited.
Well, shit. So. Peed all over its lid. Boy, oh boy. The lid's not quite as fucking tight as I thought they were. Oh well. Right, so it's fucking shave time. For which we're going to use another brush.
Oh dear.
Where the fuck is my regiment brush? There it is. Otherwise known as a standard brush by GW parlance, I believe. Which should always, in my opinion, back in the day when I was painting more frequently, I used to be able to do everything from base to fine highlights with a standard brush. It's mostly about how much paint you keep in the tip.
There's a joke there, I know there is.
It probably is. But yeah, there is an art to it, to just learning everything with that, because it then makes you appreciate the additional control you can have with your finer brushes. At least that was the way it was explained to me, and
I distinctly remember reading a tutorial on painting faces that said, do not use fine detail brushes, just don't use them for anything, they're a waste of time, learn how to do it with a standard brush. And I went, no, and closed that particular article.
Sounds like
hey
you,
Wombat, how you doing, friend?
Fucking sounds like you.
Well, I blaze my own trail. Right, he's got teeth now. Can you see his little teeth?
It's definitely turning into a more classic Dark Angel green, right?
See if the camera can cope.
Not unfortunately, you can see it on camera. I do apologise. You guys can't see that. This is.
Hang on, let me try from underneath. There we go.
I need more fucking green shade.
Oh, nice. I'd say I wish I had a I wish I had a week off, but I've only just started my new job, so
yeah,
now is not the time for weeks off.
No. God,
and congrats on the 2 boxes worth of Necrons.
Oh, 2 enormous boxes.
Yarp.
I'm a little jealous. Well, I like the fucking Necrons.
Yeah, so do I.
Well, I've got like a box of Necrons. I'm tempted to shift if I'm completely honest. Because I've got the Cryptek, the Shieldy boys, and the Shooty boys. The Tesla carbines. And they've been in a box for fucking ages and I've not used them. And they perhaps need to go to a better home. Because I'm likely not going to, considering recent events regarding Games Workshop. He says painting a Dark Angel. Yeah, well, as I said earlier, that wasn't exactly my fucking first choice tonight. Everything that can go wrong has fucking gone wrong.
Yeah, it has. Right, I just noticed a little bit of this guy's legs that weren't shaded appropriately. So I'm going back with my, I suppose you'd call it a homebrew wash.
Not a bad way to describe it.
Just catching those bits in so that he's got some really nice sort of defined bright areas. on his little legs.
Okay, so continuing the Bialtan green shade wash. That apparently is just everywhere. Now this is more fucking close to the original Dark Angels green. This is, I quite like this. Brought it up and out, and I am all about that. That was just fucking
better.
not bright beforehand. Brights up quite nicely.
It doesn't have to be much, but even just a little bit gives quite a lot of depth. Oh, I haven't seen that cyborg.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? I haven't got my arm chat. What's going on?
Sexual Yeti's done
Oh god, now what?
piece of art of Rouge the Bat.
Oh god, now what?
Discouraging use.
Yeti stuff is a bit hit and miss for me
Usually
personally.
less
Sometimes it's
bristles,
fucking hilarious,
which
sometimes it's a
means
bit.
the paint dries faster. Yeah, no, I get that, Destroyer. I'm just a big fan of smaller brushes. I are a small human, and as a result, require smaller tools.
Now this has gone
Yes, please, Goth Girl.
beautifully. I actually quite like this.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of Rouge the Bat because you know.
Bat.
No, I like bats. But
Sonic fandom.
I'm not a big fan of a lot of the later additions to the Sonic family. Like Knuckles is as far as I go before I start going.
My boy Knuckles.
Yeah, Knuckles is my boy. You leave my boy alone.
Rouge the Bat and all the porn of her and fucking Tails. All the porn! All the porn!
Oh dear God.
Don't go
All the
looking for
porn.
it.
Okay, so I think I'm about done on my little.
Tails is like
dragon colour.
9!
What?
I'm trying to remember how old Tails is.
No, he's not.
It's like,
He's 12.
that's not a fucking difference.
It is. Sonic's 16, I think, or 14. Thank you, Goth Girl.
As big titty.
All humans be small before a dragon.
Fucking Rouge the Bat gives him a fucking tit job.
Oh God, no! Slow, stop, please. Okay.
Well, let's suffer through this fucking nightmare the rest of you will
I
as well.
genuinely don't know if I want to put some bronze on him or not. I kind of do, but he
Well,
looks so
he's fucking
cute.
green.
He is fucking green. You're right. Very fucking green. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Do you think I should get the paper again? Actually, no. I'll just. There should be okay, I think. Do you think I should put some bronze on him?
Wait for that green shade to.
You take care, Hulu.
Well, it's definitely shaded the colour
Shiny
more
is
towards
good.
classic Dark Angels green. I will admit, that's nice. Sorry about the camera quality and the light quality on my end of things. I know it's quite dark over here. I'm in shadow and I'm not under light.
It's really
same way
weird
Hobby is.
because it seems like.
You're more under light than I am. For a
I know,
start. And
but-
you've got the
but-
desk lamp.
But last week, it was me that was in the darkness and you that was in the light.
I'm thinking we're going to get the strip down.
Yeah, go
That
for
we
it.
need to and do something with it because it's a big fucking strip light that we've been given that's got a day. What are they called?
It's a day lamp.
It's a day lamp, but what's the kind of bulb that it is?
LED?
No, it's a strip lamp,
Oh, I don't know.
tube or something.
Oh yeah, like a
Yeah,
tube lamp. I think that's what they're
and that
called.
will light this room quite considerably. Trust me. But
Okay.
it's just getting it fixed to the fucking wall.
What I've decided to do. Yeah, I was thinking that, Goth Girl. I'll be honest, I couldn't be bothered to pick the paper up.
Yes, fluorescent in a big fucking way.
What I've decided to do is put a teeny tiny bit of
Like it's day.
Victorian brass scale colour. Just on some of the key areas of his scales. Skin? His body. But just like a really tiny bit. I've fucked it up already. Because he's got way too much that side.
I don't understand what the zenithal highlighting's brought. Maybe when the green shade dries I'll see it. But I'm really not. Still
There we go.
very dark.
Mottling it back down with some of the greens that I had before.
Maybe it's because it's a standard marine, not Primaris marine, and the technique was used on a Primaris marine. I don't know.
It shouldn't make that much of a difference in terms of...
Oh, it does. Believe me, the surface area is much larger, much cleaner.
Yeah, fair point.
You know, Primaris thigh is twice the width of a standard marine thigh. As a result, you've got a lot more space for things like shades to sit in with, and if you're doing zenithal highlighting, you've got a lot more real estate to cover as opposed to very small areas on the standard marine.
Yeah, that's true.
I've tried to do zenithal. I'm not familiar with the technique, so whatever, but it's very, very dark greens, and I can't see very clearly either.
I'm going to put a dusting of this.
So I'm not sure if it's having more of an effect than I think it is. Wait till it's dry.
There we go. That's looking quite cute, I think.
Now, to be fair, I've got to hit him with a Caliban green dry brush next, so we'll fucking see. I'm hoping Caliban, after he's had the green tray, will come up a bit more, but let's see.
You got right then, did you, Cyborg? The only one that made any sense that I got is the one that I posted.
Yes,
that just said
indeed. Kind of why I brought the Terminator down, because I figured with the surface area that the legs on the Terminator have, at the very least, he'd make a better test subject than my boy here. And maybe you might, but it's getting on, and the light in here is kind of not making things easy for me. I'm struggling to see because the green. This is why I wanted to paint reds and blues tonight, because they can start very dark and they get very bright with the light.
We'll have to fish out the other day lamp and bring it in.
No, I'm going to get the big Flora 2 out and put it up, because that's not going to fix this issue, especially not for stream, because stream is not that much darker than it is in here. No, sorry, all the way around. In here is not much darker than it is on stream. So if stream's struggling to see it,
yeah, fair enough.
I've not got jeweler's glasses on, which again I think I might have to invest in, because this is getting quite difficult.
Yeah, yours was good, Goth Girl. I really liked Fuck Off due to fatigue. That is a complete mood. I got crap in his eyes again, which is why he's suddenly disappeared from the screen, because I need him close to me to fix that. It's the other eye this time though, so I suppose it's balanced. Right. Oh, he actually looks really cute. I'm quite proud of how he's turned out. He's a little bit sparkly, which is, I think, the perfect amount of sparkly for an itty bitty baby dragon. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll try.
It's working, actually. It's better. The light shade isn't hitting it too great, but...
See if that fixes the problem. Doop, doop, doop. Yeah, so that's my little dragon dude. All I've really got left to do is to paint the base, which is, for want of a better description, a pre-based base? Question mark. It's got like little cobblestone etched into it. Oh gosh, yeah, Cyborg, you go rest, friend.
Yeah, go. Jeez, you're up to fucking 4. Go to bed. Ate something. Go to bed.
Go do the big step.
On that note, we will be only going till 9 because we've got to.
Wait, what? Shit! It's 8:30.
Eat and do the other things. So yeah, we'll be going for another 30-ish minutes, and then we'll be calling it a night.
Okay, I hadn't even realised what time it was. I think
Oh yes.
not having somebody else streaming that we gotta go.
Well, bear in mind we lost an hour as well to begin with. Really.
Yeah, with the technical
when you
difficulties.
get round to it, we lost 45 minutes to an hour. Oof.
Thank you so much for your help and patience with that, folks. Especially Goth Girl, because you were absolutely invaluable with your suggestions. Thank you. So what I'm doing now, on one of the other miniatures that has the same style of base, I did it like cracked lava. Cracked dried lava? I don't know what the proper word is. Words are hard. But this one I've decided I'm going to do lots of different colours of stone. So it looks more like cobblestone. And then I'll fill the cracks in with a nice grey colour to make it look like cobblestone paving. Push him further into the centre there. And let's see, what have we got? Nope, that's brass. Not that. Actually, I think... no. Let's go for a little bit of this leather brown colour. So...
Okay.
Just so everyone's aware. This is leather brown. It is an army painter paint.
We're going back to the colour brown and green. We're going for another zenithal dry brush, apparently.
Is that what the next step is?
Yep.
Okay.
But again, not really. Sorry, guys. Where's the camera? Because now I'm seeing it.
Just going to push my palette out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm not going to go overboard with my choice of browns, because as much as you do get lots of variation in this kind of cobblestone that I'm going for, it's more variation in shades of like a handful of different tones of stone. So this one's got a massive crack in it as well, which is gonna look really cool when it's washed and stuff. But for now we're just gonna put the leather brown on it, like we did with the leather one a minute ago. How long have you been painting Chaos Boys for, Slow?
Chaos Boys?
It says...
Are you making a jab? You can fuck off. Because that joke's shit at the best of times.
Oh my. Steady now, Slow.
No, that joke's shit at the best of times. It's funny for a bit, but it's been taken far too fucking far.
Speaking as somebody that doesn't know what this joke is...
The Dark Angels are, because they have a secret fucking group that have broken off and are actually technically Chaos Space Marines now.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, the boys that turned under Luther, and then there's the Order, and then there's all the other bullshit.
Oh, what kind of cake have you got, Goth Girl? I love cake.
It was a fun joke at first, I will admit, but they're taking the piss now.
Okie doke, Buff Grinch, you take care. Oh no, that one needs
because it's used in a very reductive way usually.
Fair enough.
Can't be doing
I'm going to do some Nurgling green on a couple of these pebbles as well.
Okay.
This is
Still fucking don't know what benefit that Caliban green dry brush has had. Again, I'm working with very, very dark tones, and I've gone over in a nice bright green shade, but I am seeing it in some locations. But again, I get a distinct impression this is because this is a mini with not a lot of large surface area where you can make those kind of distinctions. In which case, this might be a bit fine for it, and I'm using a scalpel to fucking cure an axe wound.
Oh, 1d4 Chan, is it? That explains a lot.
Huh?
Hans says it's a joke that 1d4 Chan
unfortunately, it didn't start there, and as I say, initially it was actually quite funny. I will admit there was a lot of good quality meme material coming out of places like Reddit and Instagram and Facebook and what have you, like genuinely good, inspired jokes, which is a rarity in this community. But eventually it passed the point of no return and people began using it aggressively. And quite frankly, using it to take the piss of some people's models. Like, using it as the entire reductive argument. And that's all they would ever argue. And they'd argue to the fucking death on these issues. And it's just... it's a fucking bit of plastic, boys and girls. Who fucking cares? They enjoy it, they like it, let them fucking like and enjoy it. You take your fucking name-calling bullshit elsewhere. This is not, unfortunately, this is very Blood Angels of Vampires, Space Wolves and Wolves and things like that. And the difference being is that they usually, everybody's on the joking, everybody's on the same page, but for some reason, it seems to be a bit of a negative thing for the community. I don't know why. In the same way if you do certain CSM legions, like if you do Fallen, the joke becomes inverted. It is what it is, I suppose.
Wombat says you'll probably only be able to tell after the next few highlights. He has the same issue with metallics. And Goth Girl says it's like the Warhammer 40k equivalent of a dead baby joke then. Yeah, I guess so, Goth Girl. It certainly sounds like it.
In the same way that all the Alpha Legionnaires, like, are they loyalists or not? Can you fucking tell? It's the same sort of level of it's been done to death. And unfortunately, unlike Space Wolves and Blood Angels being those particular reductive elements and having those things, it's not something that's old and sort of embedded within the soul of the community. Like, those things are usually handled pretty well, and people tell their jokes in good faith. And, usually everyone has a bit of laugh and whatever, but they're usually used in a negative light. And as a result, I ain't got time for it. I appreciate Wombat's joke. I know it didn't mean any harm, for the record. But I can't be doing with them. I've seen too many people paint, quite frankly, beautiful models, and the chat just be, why are you painting Cal Space Marines? In the Dark Angels fan Facebook page.
I don't go on Facebook for anything 40k flavoured.
No, the 40k for a while was alright. The communities are usually okay. Like the Battlefleet Gothic community on Facebook, fucking great. And the shit that's going on there right now with 3D printing and the fact that Battlefleet Gothic is living and dying on its 3D print community is just fucking amazing. Because, like, you've got people playing fleets that they couldn't play because the models were so rare because no one was selling them. Or events that, like, for the first time in years, I know of Battlefleet Gothic events, narrative events that are being fucking put together. Like, it's 2020 and people start to play Battlefleet Gothic again. And the reason why is resin printers. They're a little bit expensive, they're a little bit fucking fiddly, but if you can get one, you can get into it and you can find some models and set yourself up with the right knowledge and skill base to do your own printing. Not making the model, but literally getting through the print process.
I was honestly hoping you would talk about this today at some point.
You can just go on and go, I want to play a Space Marine fleet next week. Go online, find someone who's very commonly done a Space Marine battle barge, some strike cruisers, and then some Space Marine hunters, and go, here's 1,000 points for Space Marines. Boom, done. They'll print over the next week, and I'll have them ready for my first game with them by the end of the week. It will take you a week to print a battle barge, 2 strike cruisers, and 6 hunters. But at the same fucking time, That's 1,000 points there. 369, 180, 200. Under XR rules, there 145 would go, so 280, 3. Yeah, a battle barge is 470. Yeah, it's 1,000 points. 2 strikers, 1 battle barge, 6 hunters. It's about 1,000 points. Take about a week to print it. If you do it on one fucking setup on the Anycubic, you can get the battle barge done in one, the strike cruisers done in another, and then the hunters all done at once. And that's about 6 days worth of work. It's fucking great. Absolutely fucking great. I love it. And I want one. I really fucking want an Anycubic, and I want a curing tank.
One day, dear.
I know, but it's 450 fucking quid.
One day. Just so folks know, I've also got some Fenrisian Grey on there now. So I thought that'd make a nice pebbly colour.
You know, Testad.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's someone else doing something similar.
Oh no.
Maxor and that particular crew of idiots from the YouTube.
Would you like to enlighten chat to what
Armour's fucking stupid. I love it as a spectator sport. As someone trying to play it, I think it's fucking miserable.
Actually, I meant to what Testad was rather than.
So that too. There was once a village in Minecraft. It got the name Testad because we accidentally Americaned it.
Well, it wasn't.
We gave them so much freedom via explosions.
There was oil underneath Testad, and our resident American went, I like oil.
Our resident American. He was not the only one to blame.
No, he wasn't. But
I
distinctly
full
remember
on
him.
changed the skins to like American uniforms and just went, right, okay, fuck it, we got dynamite, it's time to bomb them.
Oh, I did not know you'd done that.
Oh yeah, no, we went
because I wasn't there at that point.
We went full war crimes. In a moment of what I can describe as peak, we went full war crimes.
Goth Girl. Big Titty birthday stream? Because, that would be cool.
I wasn't highlighted, so here we go. Really wishing my life was better.
Slow, my dearest.
My darling, my love, my life is my life.
Yes. You kind of ruined my spiel there, but what's the darkest grey you have, and can I have it?
That's a good fucking question. However, I'm a little busy.
Okie dokie. I can wait. Ooh, Goth Girl, what will you play? I'm gonna guess Ace Combat. That's the one with the planes, right?
I love you.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
The one with the planes, right?
It's on a Sunday. Oh, well, I best not run over on that Sunday then.
Again, with the not sure what the fuck Caliban adding to this miniature.
Oh, no, that will look weird. Okay, while I wait for Slow to furnish me with the gothest of the greys, I'm going to put a little bit of wash just around where Dragony Boy is to give like a shadow. Oh, Outer Wilds! I saw a little bit of someone playing that
the Jolly
the other
Wanker.
evening. Yes, the Jolly Wanker. I didn't see much of it because I fell asleep.
Yeah, you did. Shame, it looked quite interesting as a game.
Ah, you don't mind Goth Girl, but I bloody well do. I know you keep telling me not to worry about last weekend, but seriously.
Still not seeing it. Like, I don't even know where I'm highlighting. Like, I know where I'm highlighting because I know the brush is there, but...
Oh, that's... Yeah. Games that make you cry are interesting. Like, we wouldn't have got to that point on my birthday stream, but Ace Attorney is one of those games for me. Like, the trilogy is really good. I really like the story. And there is a bit at the end of the trilogy that really gets to me. Thank you, Gosco. I appreciate
I'm discovering why this shit is just not working for me.
So what have you discovered, Slow?
I think I've hit my skill ceiling. That might be the problem here.
Is it something you need to practice?
Well, edge highlighting in general, yes, because I'm terrible at it. I don't have steady hands, so...
Yeah,
great.
that's one of the reasons that I like using a small brush for stuff. If Destroyer's still knocking about, then...
Yeah, I'm adding this to armor areas, and I literally cannot see the difference it's making. And I get the distinct impression that's because of A, the type of mini I'm using, B, because of the shades I'm using. And that's the problem. I think I need to use a 1-1 mix.
Can I see?
So far, I've done the underside of that knee pad, back there between the armor joint and around there, and that particular line there.
There is a very subtle difference. It looks quite nice.
Can you tell where else I've done it?
Yeah, I can.
Where?
Actually. I've done it here as well, haven't you?
No.
No?
Right, where?
Inside the leg there.
No,
No?
I haven't.
Oh, what's that then? Well, it looks nice.
It's an area under the
Oh, is
robot.
that what you're aiming for?
Yeah.
Ah.
You're seeing now why I'm suffering, because this is where that should start ideally developing. Because that should be the darkest center panel where I've done the green shade, and that should be the edge, which is where this highlight's going. But I cannot tell the difference. And I'm wondering if it's because of the light's in here.
I don't think it is. I think you've not gone light enough with your highlight, or you've not gone dark enough with your shade.
The shade, there's the problem. There's the base. That is what's been using the highlighting. There is a difference in shade.
Yeah.
It's not showing up.
But it's considerably brighter there.
Yeah, I know, because they've gone this, and then that, and that, and then a little bit of that, and then extremes of that.
Okay.
So they're building up through those three.
Fair enough.
And there is my problem. They're building up through those colours. Anyway, that's the idea, but I'm just not seeing the bonus of the fucking Zenithal dry brush or anything. It just seems to be a entire fucking waste of time.
I know I've got an etching grey somewhere, but I can't find it. But I'm gonna
Mech standard.
I'm gonna pinch your mech standard for a bit.
Hold the fucking phone. That's blue but dark.
No, it's fine. Mech
Going
standard
mech
is
standard.
perfect.
Okay.
Thank you very much, dear.
Welcome.
Yes, I want something that's got a sort of cementy looking.
Yeah, Eshin and Mech are my... Eshin's technically darker than your Mech standard.
Yes, but there's going to be wash as well.
Then,
Remember the triangle of power? What on earth is the triangle of power?
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Destroyer says, remember the triangle of power.
Nope. Nope.
Destroyer, can you enlighten us, please? I have no idea what you're on about. If it's a painting technique, then... yeah. Is that a cult thing? It does sound kind of culty, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm just running some watered down. Elbows on desk, wrists clamped together, one hand gripping the mini, the other on the brush. Oh, I didn't know that had a name.
Well, that's basically how I've been painting all night since I've unfucked the crimp I was experiencing earlier. But it's, yeah. This is, I think, a waste of time, if I'm honest. Most unsatisfying.
I tend to find, Slow, that other people's painting tutorials are great up to a point, but that you kind of need to treat them like the pirate code. More like guidelines than rules. Because most of what I do, except for this little guy, because he's been a complete strap a butterfly to my genitals and see which direction it takes me in. I tend to research how to do something and look at a load of tutorials, but I only really follow them up to a point, and if I'm not getting the effect that I want by following the tutorial, then I will forge my own path. And I know you don't really work like that. But
actually, no, that's exactly how I work. I do my own thing in my own fucking way, but at the same time I can follow a tutorial and they're a nice guidepost. But this is most annoying.
Fair enough. I'm sorry it's not worked out for you, dear.
Put the colour and green on.
Yeah, Goth Girl's right. PSA, do not strap a butterfly to your genitals. It's horrible for you. It's horrible of you, and it's horrible for the butterfly. And it won't do anything helpful.
That little sheet has gone. Shit.
It is, for anyone that was wondering, a reference to a card from the Oatmeal's card game Exploding Kittens. It's from the Not Safe for Work version. And it is, as you may have guessed, my favourite card. Because I think it's really funny. Well, that or Cat Schrödinger. She's just a picture of Schrödinger hiding in a box with a cat sat on top of it. And he's looking really terrified. It makes me laugh every time. Right, so I've put my cement in, as it were. And now I'm just going over the pebbles where I've caught them with my cement. And then what I'll do, just as a sort of final step for this, is I will get some Nuln Oil wash and I will run a little wash around it just to darken a few bits up. One of the nice things about painting cobblestones is that you don't really have to you don't really have to have nice clean colours and nice clean lines, because people walk on cobblestones and make them dirty. Let me guess, it was that card game's answer to Cards Against Humanity. Not really, Destroyer. It was just like the Not Safe for Work version of Exploding Kittens just has a few bits of crude humour in it, and some very unfamily friendly drawings, like a picture of a guy frolicking through a field with a butterfly
strapped to his
strapped to his junk like a balloon.
That fucking I can see.
Right, so I've got my Nuln Oil. I'm just gonna run it over the cobblestones just to give the stones a little bit of depth, and to give the cement a little bit of shadow. Oh, I got way too much on my brush there. But again, ugh, no, shouldn't have licked the brush then. It doesn't have to be clean because it's cobblestones. Cobblestones get dirty really quickly from footfall. And if our little friend and his family here have been traversing these cobblestones, they're probably quite sooty as well. That's what I'm going to do on this big stone here where I've put a bit too much of the black is I'm just going to sort of wiggle my brush around in it to spread it out and make it look like scuff marks. No, licking your brushes is fine, just, you know, make sure they've not got paint on them when you do it.
Look, I can actually see that now. I've got to fucking take that back a bit, but...
Is it working now, Slow? Good. Maybe you just needed a moment to regroup. I think this little fellow is about done. I think I might just put some little highlights onto some of the stones just to, you know, zhuzh them up a bit, for want of a better description. Can you tell that I'm really good with words tonight? Yeah, there we go. Put a little highlight there. Happy little highlight. Oh shit. Brush like a bit. Thank you very much, Inquisitor Gratz. If it doesn't have paint on it, tongue that bitch like your life depends on it. Oh yeah. Yeah, to be honest with you, Destroyer, so do I. I don't mean to. But... oh gosh. Slow, do you remember when I first started coming to our local games workshop? And do you remember me saying to our mutual friend Wheezy that I would never ever paint a Space Marine? That I would never ever paint any miniatures. Wheezy got me base coating drop pods. And then I said, fine, but I'll never ever lick my paintbrush because I'd seen everybody in our local doing it at one point or another. I said, I'll never ever lick my paintbrush. And what did I do? Licked my fucking paintbrush. I mean, I grew up playing Hero Quest with my mum and my dad, so it's no big surprise that I ended up coming back into this world in a different sort of format when I was older.
I fucking hate hedge highlighting.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Destroyer. Would you believe I've turned those down once already? What I'm doing on this little one, because the wash is quite dark compared to the colour of the stone, I'm kind of half-assed dry brushing the colour back onto it so it looks like it's just really heavily scuffed.
Fucking hell.
What's up, Slow?
Remember that I never did this particular method because I fucking hate edge highlighting.
Spoil sport alarm, it's 9 o'clock. Oh shit, okay. Thank you for letting us know. Big titty spoil sport.
Brush never fucking...
I am about done. Slow, how would you like to
I'm
proceed?
about ready to fucking throw this major in a bin, so...
I'm sure there's no need for that.
I am very fucking annoyed.
I know, but I'm sure he's salvageable at the very least. And when I looked at him a minute ago, he didn't look too bad at all.
That's because I haven't done anything to him yet.
Right. I think that should just about do it. Let's get a nice highlight on this one here. And then we'll half-assed dry brush a little bit of the washout. Oh, and I'm back to my old tricks again, chat. I'm using the Psycho brush for this, because of course I am. Yeah,
This is terrible.
That's a good suggestion, Goth Girl. Goth Girl says you should come back to it tomorrow when you've got a clear head.
No, this is not that kind of problem. This is a brush control problem, and this is not going to go away.
Oh, slow.
I'm loading the brush up too much for a start.
Ah, but you've identified part of the issue, and it's something that you can rectify, so that's good.
Let's go on with the cooking pick. No, I should work this thing. This is going to strip. I've just lost all my work tonight.
You'll get that.
Great.
Oh gosh.
Fucking absolutely fucking marvellous.
So my little dragon is done.
Yeah.
He's got
Basically fucked.
nice little cobblestone base. He's got a little bit of shine on him, thanks to the brassy metallic paint that we put on. And he now looks less haunted and more just sort of inquisitive, I think. I'll take some pictures of him in a little bit and I'll pop them up on my social media so that folks can see him better quality. But yeah, I think as a break away from the Survivor, he was quite nice. So thank you very much to Slow for prepping him for me while I was at work.
No, I'm just sorry that the others didn't go very well. Now this is completely fucked. God. Well, lessons learned, if nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
These
not
are not
like
straight fucking application paint. They need fucking thinning.
it's not like he's irredeemable either, is it?
No, he is.
Yeah, but you, I mean, like you can strip him and try again.
Yeah,
is what I mean.
I'm just very annoyed because it's
that.
the highlights have gone on thick,
Oh no.
and as a result they've then dried thick,
Hmm.
and no amount of if I've accidentally gone over or under is relevant. They've gone on thick. You can see where the paint has gone on. And the key to this particular technique, as you saw in the image that I showed, is very smooth. So you go super fucking thin, and I have up until now. But now I'm using blends. I've not gone super fucking thin. I should go 1-1-1, not 1-1, and I fucked it.
That is odd, Goth Girl, and it's happening at our end too. Very strange. There's a delay on your camera, but not on mine. Very weird. Oh well, more technical difficulties for us to figure out another time. I think it's time for us to take a step away from lobbying desks and go and get some food, don't you, Slow? Okay. In that case, massive thanks to everyone that's come along today. especially to those of you that came for the first sort of
Yeah,
hour of
Absolutely.
technical difficulties and confusion and stream dropouts and pick a thing, as Slow says. Really, the fact that you support us like this is amazing, and it really warms my heart.
I'm gonna go clean my fucking brushes, and then we're gonna talk about food.
Yes. And thank you to everyone that donates, everyone that cheers, everyone that signal boosts, as always. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Wash your fucking hands. And we'll see you maybe Friday, maybe not. We'll see what my schedule ends up being like.
Friday's not happening.
Friday's not happening.
We
Okay.
discussed this. I
Cool,
know
cool.
we were going to discuss it today for those here, but Friday's not happening.
Okay.
Next Friday is going to see, because of hobbies, work commitments, a change. Again, I know it's again, and we just recently changed.
We'll figure
but
it out.
Friday's going to see a change of pace, and most likely a change of video game on the Friday stream.
Anyway, I'll see you all on Sunday, hopefully. And yeah, like Goth Girl says, stay safe and don't forget to check your fucking bit rate. Alright. Take care, everybody. Go hydrate. Go eat food. Bye.